Good morning. Make sure I'm not going to echo. Echo, 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 echo. Y'all, it's crafty morning. I am very sorry that I wasn't here last night. If you were waiting for me, I apologize. Elena had graduation yesterday morning, and between doctor's appointments and chiropractic appointments and traveling, I was so peopled out. I just needed to crawl into a very quiet place and curl up in a ball. So I took the night off last night. We chilled. We also had to go to the grocery store because she's a teenager and I had no food. I'm sorry, Marsha. I'm sorry. I know a lot of people that love to craft with me. Their schedule's a little more flexible. So here we are. I am multicasting on YouTube today. So I appreciate your patience. This week, like Sunday from here on out, we should be back in a regular schedule. I am multicasting on YouTube. If you want to catch the replay on this, follow me on YouTube, Upcycled by Bree. And this is multicasting. My allergies are still a little crazy, so I apologize if I'm a little sniffly today. I'm not sad. I'm just allergetic. Whatever the word is. All right, I'm going to pin this down below. If you have not saved this listing, thank you so much for the raid. Let's start a giveaway too. I'm doing crafty ephemera giveaways today. So it's going to include some of my normal ephemera type stuff, but I'm also going to clip up and snip up a few of my transfers. It's going to be random, picked at random, and include them in the ephemera giveaways today. Some of the ones I've opened and I just have a few little scraps left. So it could be flowers or butterflies or things of that nature. So get in the ephemera giveaway. Thank you so much for the raid. Rag and Rust. Rage and Rust. That would be fun too. Okay. How is your show? What do you sell? When is your next show? You tell us all about it, Rag and Rust. I appreciate you. Rage. Okay. I have some sad news. I'm going to just go ahead and throw this out there. Um, Sad news real quick, and then we're going to get into crafting. Today, I'm going to show you milk paint versus DIY clay-based paint and the difference in them. We're going to paint one thing with some DIY paint, one thing with some milk paint here live, and then I am going to use a decor transfer as well. I have new transfer styles available. Everything is in my shop. There's over 500 things in my shop. If you get overwhelmed, you need help finding anything, let me know. But you guys, you can also, I think I forgot to finish like 7 sentences. We're going to get there. You can also go into my buy now section, and by clicking these little lines up here at the top, you can sort my buy now by category. It's not letting me. You're making me look bad. And then I'll finish telling you about this pin thing too. So click the little lines at the top. There we go. I just had to minimize and go back in. And you can sort by category. If you go into the category today that is arts and handmade and other craft supplies, then you're going to see most of my crafty stuff, my paint, my products. Okay. There's also home decor in there, but you can categorize down the buy it now to make it a little easier to shop. Let me know if you need any help finding anything today. I'll try to pin the products as I'm using them. Also, speaking of pinned, I was talking about this before our raid. If you have not saved this listing down below, be sure to do so. Don't buy it. Just click on it and save it. Every time I go live, I will pin that, and you'll get an extra little drop down notification. If you don't want an extra notification, don't do it. Okay. Bam, bam, bam. I think that's all the sentences I started. Sad news. The week of July, first week of July here in Kansas City, soccer is coming to town. They're hosting like the World Cup. You're freezing. It's not very warm here today, but I've been overstimulated by my clothing too. So I got comfies on. The World Cup is here in Kansas City. And to book flights to New York that week, just to get to New York, is like $700 to $1,400. That does not include my trip back home. So I've gone back and forth, but I'm not going to be able to go to the New York meetup. And I'm very, very sad. I thought the same for you, dude. It would have cost me triple the amount that it usually takes me to get to New York. Triple the amount. And it's not even because I waited so long. It's because of the soccer World Cup or whatever the heck it's called coming here. So thanks a lot. You can't book a B&B in this town. You can't book a restaurant reservation in this town. The hotel prices are jacked sky high. Basically, we're all just going to boycott going anywhere that week. I live in Independence, which is like 15 minutes from Kansas City. That's where the airport is, though. I'm just staying out of the city. It's insane. So I'm very sad. I also thought about driving, but it's a 16-hour drive. So it'd take me like 3 or 4 days to get there and 3 or 4 days to get home. I've got the dog. I just so that's very, very sad. I wanted to throw it out there. If you guys are like, what are we talking about? Then what are you doing? That one girl, Allie, what is that? What are you doing? Is that like cheap plane tickets for me? Oh, you're looking at my ficus? I was like, what's happening? Links don't work in the chat. I have the only ficus I think I have in the shop. I'm sorry, guys. I don't have any moderators in here. If I'm missing questions, you guys can also red chat me. If you're asking me questions and they're just going right over my head, I apologize. I was like, what is this link? I'm glad I didn't yell at you for self promoting. Look at me. Look at me. It's growth. Oh goodness. Yeah, I'm good, Laura. I can't go to New York because the World Cup is here that week, and plane tickets just for me to get to New York would be at least $750, and that is a flight with 2 layovers. I'm mad. Okay, let me look at the ficus and I'll pin it for you. All right, here we go. Ficus. Clear this, show results. I have 2 ficus in the buy now. I cannot put my paint and products on sale according to my retail agreements, but I can flash sale my home decor and other things in my buy now. So if you see something you're shopping for, let me know, shout it out. I'll flash sale things for you if I can. Also, it's not max shipping on my crafting days. I'm not allowed to offer any kind of special bonus to intrigue customers and sway them from shopping with other retailers. I play by the rules, but it will only be $9.21 up to 5 pounds of supplies today. So that could be a couple cans of paint, some wax, some transfers, some greenery. $9.21 up to 5 pounds. You'll always be able to see what your shipping is before you purchase. Okay, I'm gonna pin these and then we're gonna get to crafting. Starting the flash sale. So I'm sad. I'm a little sad this morning. I'm feeling a little bummed out. I'm having some FOMO. But it's life. And it's all gray and dreary here. So we're gonna craft our blues away. Let's do another giveaway for some ephemera. I'm gonna have a little sip of caffeine and then we're gonna get started. So put a number 1 in the chat if you have been here and you have been with me for milk paint sessions before. Actually, if you haven't. If you've never seen milk paint, is what I meant to say. My bad. If you've never seen milk paint, I offer 2 types of paint. You've never seen the milk paint? Crazy T, never seen the milk paint? I take it back. It's all good, my bad. I'm still waking up, okay? I carry 2 lines of paint. DIY paint is a clay-based paint. Sweet Pickins milk paint is a powdered paint that you mix with water to turn into a paint form. Both of them are amazing. They are pretty different. So we're going to look at the 2 today. I have started this little project because I'm going to put a transfer on the front of this, and I like my paint to dry for at least 24 hours before I transfer it. And then this one we actually did a few weeks ago. We painted a while back. This piece got amazingly chippy from the milk paint. This little riser, I do have, I think, a couple left in my buy now, and the decor boards that I have in my buy now have a top coat on them. They have a clear finish, and it depends on the project you're painting how much your milk paint will crackle. So we're going to paint on this other little matchbox today with the milk paint. It's a little more raw wood. I'm going to use my heat gun to force a little bit of crackle, but I want you to see that like milk paint kind of varies depending on your finish. I usually only use it on wood. You can use the product Extra Bond. That's in my buy now as well. And the Extra Bond is an additive for your milk paint that will help it stick. Maybe you have a really shiny surface or you want to paint it on metal. Extra Bond is available. The other great thing about Sweet Pickins is there's sample sizes in everything, very small sample sizes. So if you just want to try it out and start small, you can invest just a little bit and get the small sizes. The meetup is June 5th weekend and the cup starts June 16th and 11th. It says, I know, Thrifty Owl. I don't think I have the Delta app on this phone, but I wish I could show you guys. I looked clear up to, because I was going to go the Wednesday or Tuesday, like before, which is like the 2nd or 3rd. You should see what the prices are that actual week for things. It's insane. And I think prices are just up everywhere on everything. But I'm used to paying a lot for flying. I'm used to it, but not that much. The cup starts June 16th in July. They're jacked up everywhere. What's in July? There's more stuff in July. I don't even want to talk about it. Okay, so milk paint. We're gonna mix equal parts of paint and water. I have warm water here. It mixes better if you have warm water. I forgot my fork. What the fork? Hold on 1 second. Let me get my fork, my trusty fork. I'm very sad. I'm very, very sad. And I mean, I could have booked it probably way sooner, except for I just traveled. So I couldn't book two flights at once. It's okay. But I just want to throw it out there because we've all been talking about it for weeks now. This was sad. I use a kitchen fork to mix my milk paint. If I want a super buttery smooth finish or a super mixed up milk paint, I would get like an immersion blender or a little kitchen blender. I want mine to be kind of thick and kind of chunky. That way when I sand it, it chips off a little bit more. So I'm just going to use my good old fork. And I usually find these like plastic cups at estate sales, garage sales, whatever. If you find them, grab them because milk paint does not come out of things like the DIY paint does. It's going to stick a lot more. I think I wanted to use the color curry today. It's like this beautiful golden yellow on top of this warm tone match holder. I think that would look really nice. I held like a white up to it, and I think it's just like it's a little stark. It's a little stark. We've been doing a lot of creams and whites, so let's do a pop of yellow. I thought it was July. I'm confused now. It's okay. Thank you for your help. Everything's expensive always. I'm very sad. I'm thinking maybe we just need to like plan a end of summer meetup and we'll try again. Somewhere in the middle between Missouri and New York. Morning, Rachel. How are you? Okay, I'm gonna mix water and milk paint in. I keep it all separate here because as soon as that water touches the container or whatever, you ruin your little container. So I usually keep them separate like this, and I usually just eyeball it. If you're brand new to milk paint, you could even use like measuring spoons or a scale to get real exact measurements. I put the water in first and then the paint, but I usually like don't put quite all my water. You can always add more. It's obviously harder to take it away. And if you need to take it away, you have to add more paint and then you can end up wasting paint. I'm just gonna mix up a tiny little bit here. I guess maybe let's go just a little bit more for that match holder. I always make too much. I'm about to show you, watch. I always mix up too much paint, and once you mix it, you have to use it. It doesn't really keep very well. So I just eyeball like this in my little 2-ounce cups. It's easiest for me, but I'm not going to use quite all my water at first. Okay, there we go. That looks like a more appropriate amount for my match holder. The more the rest of dust, the more you do this, the more you use milk paint, the easier it'll get to just eyeball it. So my milk paint does need to sit too. Once I mix it, it needs to sit for a minute. So I'm going to mix this up. I'm going to set it to the side and we're going to start with our DIY paint while this kind of sets up. It will get thicker as it sits. I like mine to be pretty thick. What's everybody up to today? This weekend. I can't believe it's already Friday. This week flew. Time has just been flying. I can't believe May's almost over. Oh, thank you, Rust and Dust. I appreciate you. If you want to see me announcing it, you can go watch my clips on my profile and watch me be extra. I will say, so I got my wings and then I went out of town for a week to Pennsylvania, and now I've been back for what, 2 weeks? I don't even know anymore. I need to find somewhere else to wear them, Rachel. And so it's been kind of interesting to like get back into the algorithm and see how the wings are working and the differences and stuff. My schedule's been a little off. Like today, I'm not usually on Friday mornings, so who knows? Algorithm's crazy. You could drive to Ohio and I'll take you to all my places. I was in Pennsylvania. Oh, Rust and Dust. I went to the Carlisle Antique Fest. It was great. Okay, so this is all mixed up. I mixed it really good with my trusty fork. Now, if you live with a significant other or other humans in your life, you might want to get your own dedicated forks so you don't annoy them. This will come off with my fork if I soak it, for a little bit. So it's non-toxic. It's VOC free. Not gonna hurt anything. I'm just gonna set this to the side, but you can see it's already like it's a little drippy, right? It will thicken up just a little bit as we let it sit. I don't want it too thick. I don't want it watery. The more you practice, the better you get at knowing, your ratios. It's inevitable. You'll probably mess milk paint up on a project at least once in your life if you use it. You were there. What the heck? I was there Friday and Sunday. Salad dressing. No, I'm hungry. Now I'm hungry. Oops, there's water in there. See, I didn't even use quite all my water, and that was pretty thin. So it's a 1-to-1 ratio, and then if it thickens up a little too much, I can put a little more water in here in a minute. Okay, while that sits, I'm gonna grab my other project. Curry was that color that I was using. Let me pin that for you real quick. Everything that I'm using today should be loaded into my bin. No more basement. No more basement action. All right, pinned down below is the curry. That's the color I was using. I also have all the other milk paint colors right here behind me. So if you see a color in the bin you want me to hold up closer for you, feel free to ask. Also with the transfers and the DIY paint, I got you. Here is Faded Burlap. And this is a beautiful kind of off-white, it reminds me of kind of like, well, burlap or like your drop cloth. And also kind of like a ironstone. Kind of a grayish toned ironstone. Get my paint can opener. And I also want to plug this light in over here. I'm sorry, you guys. If you are watching on YouTube and you want to hang out, enter giveaways, get in the chat, purchase any products, use the link above you or the little QR code. Come on over to Whatnot. Come on over. I can't believe you were there. What days were you there, Rust and Dust? We had a lot of fun. So I pre-painted the front of this already because I want to use a transfer on this. There's a best practice with transfers, and then there's what I do. Directions will say you need to top coat your paint before you put a transfer on. I never do. But I do like to let my paint dry for 24 hours. Okay. So if you want to be a rule follower and maybe it's your first time using transfers and painting stuff, feel free to go ahead and top coat this before you would put your transfer on. I'm not going to. I did let it dry for 24 though. With my hair down, I've been so overstimulated. I've been so overstimulated the past week that I can't even wear it up right now. And I did get it trimmed, so it's not quite in everything, but as you can tell here, I'm about to have paint in my hair. It's fine. If you don't have a little paint in your hair by the end of a craft show or you even crafting right, I did pour a little out today into a container for best practice. DIY paint is all natural, VOC free, no additives, no preservatives. But with that being said, if you start double dipping up in your jar too much, your paint can get a little funky. I'm also using a Klingon brush today. This is my F30. Love the Klingon brushes. I have them loaded up in the bin as well. I would invest in a couple good brushes if you decide that you want to, if you want to paint a lot in your life. Okay, the F30 is sold out. I do have the F40 available though. I need to order more brushes. I've got everything restocked, paint, transfers, all that stuff. It looks like I need to put in a brush order. So DIY paint is a clay-based paint. There's no mixing. It's ready to go straight out of the jar. Good morning, Kitschy. It's ready to go straight out of the jar. It is thick, it is highly pigmented, so your coverage is great. If you are new to painting and that milk paint seems a little intimidating, you want something that's going to be super user-friendly, I would start with DIY paint. Get your confidence up a little bit. There are still fun ways you can make it chippy and crackly. I did order more of the Sweet Pickins Crackle that we sold out of on the last craft show. It's not here quite yet, but by my next craft show, it should be. Ooh, I didn't schedule that. I'll get it scheduled before Sunday, I promise. It's been crazy. I'm also trying to train my friend shippers how to pull orders. So that has slowed me down just a little bit. But in the long run, obviously will save me a lot of time. My hair overstimulates me too. I may have to cut it short, Pixie, in January. Pixie, oh my goodness. Oh yeah, when I sleep. And my hairdresser told me to get a bonnet, and I probably should because I yank it and twist it and then throw it all over the top of my pillow so it doesn't touch me. I realized I'm becoming quite the hobbit, the hermit. Wait, hobbit? Hermit? Working and, living here alone predominantly. People are weird and a lot. Hermit, not hobbit. My bad. My bad. All right, we're over here. We're thickening up. We're just going to let this sit for a little bit. while we paint this. And I'm going to paint down inside there too after I get the outside dried up. I just go down in something like this as far as I can. You know what I mean? I'm going to stick a sprig in it, get down there as far as you can, and call it a day. The paint color and the wood color aren't terribly different, so you could leave the inside blank, except for I want that back wall to be painted, so no. If you have any questions, let me know. I will pin this color down below for you as well. This is the Faded Burlap pinned down below. DIY paint. I have it in 8 ounces, 16, and 32. So if you just have a small project, a few small thrift flips, 8 ounces is going to go far. But if you have like a piece of furniture and you need a size suggestion, just ask. I can help you out. The Hobbit's The Lord of the Rings. Is it the one that like does the little? I also feel like I'm turning into that some days now too. Can I paint your walls? I know, right? DIY. Whoops! I just stuck my. Gosh, just stuck my thumb in it. DIY paint is not necessarily recommended for walls. I've seen people do it, right? You do have to seal it though, so you'd have to get a lot of sealer. Thank you guys for your purchases. I think I saw a couple pop through there. It's a good one. It's a good like. I love tan. I love brown. I really do. And this is a cool toned tan. You don't see a lot of good cool toned tans, in my opinion. They look too gray. I love the color of my walls in here. I don't even think you can see them right now, but it's such a good like taupey tan. If you want to see that at some point, Rachel, I'll show you. Maybe you've seen them before. It's Rolling Pebble by, is it Bear? It's Sherwin Williams. I can't remember now. I'll have to look at the can. I work from home. I haven't left the house in 3.5 weeks. Peggy, girl, go to the grocery store or something. No, it's rough. It's really been a lot between airports and packed flights, and then meeting people at the Antique Fest was great, but it was a lot. It was a lot of people I met, and then my goodness, graduation yesterday, sitting on bleachers with other humans that I didn't know. I saw during the unboxing that you were on your floor. Um, Yes. Okay. Did I say Sherwin Williams? It's a good color. I'm about to melt that. Watch out when you're using your heat gun. So I'm just drying this paint up a little faster. You guys don't have to do this step. You can use a blow dryer. You can use a box fan. You can stick it in the sunshine, or you can put on your patient pants and just let your paint dry. I'm just speeding up the process a little bit. That's why I did this one pre-painted. Because when you put on fresh paint, you get it really hot like this and try to put a transfer straight on like instantly. It can be a little tricky. I like to let it dry. 12 to 24. Your patient pants, yeah. I don't have those. I'm wearing shorts today, so we're using the heat gun. You guys, guess what? This might be TMI. I don't know how long you followed me. I was at home. I got a pole at home, right? So I was at home dancing last night. I climbed my pole for the first time in months. My shoulder is slowly but surely getting better. Just a little bit. Just a little bit. That's also probably why I'm so tired this morning, because your girl hasn't worked out that hard in a while. Hallelujah. I know. I went to the chiropractor the other day and got a massage, so I think that helped. And then I called the physical therapist yesterday because I hadn't heard from them yet. And she's like, I have you here in my work stack. Hopefully we'll get to you by Monday. So I gotta wait all weekend. In a pickle, I love it. Looks like looks a little like my favorite green mini shelf I got from you. I'm trying to think which one. In a pickle, I just put in the bin this morning. It's a great green color. I don't think I've ever used it live. It's very, very green. This would be beautiful at Christmas time. Really pretty next to some jadeite, and then like next to your little knee huggers. Which trinket shelf? Which trinket shelf? I'm trying to think. I don't remember. I'm sorry. I've sold so many trinket shelves. Don't hate me, Katie. Don't hate me. Okay, now that the outside is like dry and I'm not gonna, let's do the bottom. I'm not gonna get my hand all wet. I'll do the inside real quick. And then we're going to use the milk paint on the other one, dry that up, and then we'll come back to this one for transfers. I hope you don't mind me going back and forth. It just keeps things moving, you know? And this is how I paint in real life. I never really just do one project at a time. I generally do kind of stick to one paint line when I'm bulk painting, though. Like I do all DIY paint projects or all milk paint projects. It's a lot to jump back and forth, but you know, I'm a pro. I got this. It was a long time ago. Okay, thank you. I can remember some things if it's more recent, what y'all bought, but how many items have I sold on Whatnot? Somebody go look at my profile. And you have to keep in mind a lot of those things were like vignettes or bundles. And if it says one item, there was like 10 in there. Will I do Christmas in July crafting? Of course I will, just for you, Rachel. Of course, I got you. And thank you for asking. Now that I can kind of stock up on my colors. 58.2K sales. Not include, oops, I was doing the bottom. Not including the bulk lots. Y'all, I am tired this morning. Also, Hoda the Mo is having hand surgery this morning, so I'm all like slightly distracted. But I've got my notifications not silenced. So if I'd be checking my phone, that's why. Baller. Baller. Isn't that crazy to think about that many items? Now, I do a lot of wholesale, obviously. So that's going to be a lot of items. But a lot of those I hand picked, hand touched, hand sourced. Okay, let's do the inside just real quick. I'm going to go down as far as I can. Also, once we get to putting the transfers on, I'm going to show you, I'll hold up all the new styles of transfers because I know a lot of y'all already have invested in some paint. So I'll show all the new transfers too. They're so pretty. You wanted florals and greenery transfers, so that's what we did this round. I got some good ones, some smaller ones, some bigger ones, different price points. If you want to look now, you can type the word transfer in my shop and just the transfers will pop up for you. Maybe a random thing or two. All right, just gonna paint down as far as I can down inside of here. You know, once it gets so far down in there, it gets dark and shadowy anyways. Ooh, this is like the perfect size, like width though. Do you see that? Oh, that's satisfying. Love when that happens. It's like when you get the perfect box when you're shipping. I recently did a transfer on a glass base and pink floral, green leaves. It turned out beautiful. I bet so. I bet so, Loca Mary. I love putting transfers on glass. The only thing with that is like either you have to use an artist brush to seal them in or just go rogue and risk it for the biscuit, not seal it. As long as you don't aggressively clean it, they usually stay pretty well, right? But yeah, transfers on glass, gorgeous. I have the little teeny tiny luxe transfers in the redesign with Prima. I did restock the Romance and Fleur. We sold out of that last time. And then I have the little floral labels. These luxe transfers are like extra durable and like plastic rubbery transfers that are made for glass. So then you can clean over them with like some Windex or whatever, and you don't have to seal them. So look for the luxe transfers and the redesign with Prima line if you like doing transfers on glass. Don't know. That heat gun is dangerous. Y'all, I stopped with Elena. So Elena graduated yesterday morning. Like I was saying, she did so good. She got to stand up a couple extra times and get recognized because she was on student council and some sports teams, and that was fun. Her middle school career was interesting. She's a sass, not mean, but chatty and opinionated and stands up for what she thinks is right. So her and a couple teachers definitely had, you know, sometimes her dad was ornery in school. I was always just doing whatever the heck I wanted. So between the two of us, she's actually doing way better than we did. But she got recognized, and it was fun to see like her say goodbye to the teachers, even a couple of the ones that they butt heads a little bit during the year, and say goodbye to her friends and stuff. I cried like 3 times up in the bleachers sitting by myself. It was crazy. Her dad's side of the family, when I got there, they were clear across the gym on some bleachers that were already packed, and I was just like, I'm just gonna sit over here. I like waved at him, and then we all met up afterwards. But it was wild. And then when we were leaving, there just so happened to be an estate sale. So I took her. I took her with me. I was like, you have to go in with me real quick. All right, I'm gonna show you the video while I dry this. You cried much, you mind just walking? Yeah. Oh my gosh. I'm gonna show you this real quick. I took her to the I never have anybody with me when I'm shopping. I was like, okay, girl, just get like a couple of like nonchalant videos of me that I could use for reels. I could put some music over it, whatever, right? I could not hear her in there. Thank you guys for all your purchases. If you have questions or want to say anything, feel free to interrupt me. We're just chilling. Sorry, my allergies are so bad. I was like, just be inconspicuous, right? Listen to this. My mom is shopping right now. Bro, I think somebody died in here. I couldn't hear her because she was like whispering, filming like this. I couldn't hear it. It was loud in there. What's up, Felicia? And I was like, that is not, you are not being. Got some lovely grapes right here. Squishy. Like you are not. Thank you, Inga, for the raid. You are not. Oh my gosh, Inga, how was your show? What were you doing? What were you selling? Everybody, go follow Inga Von. We're crafting today. We're painting. Oh my goodness. She's not a big junker, but she was actually having some fun with me yesterday. So I might just give her my extra phone every time we go and get like her point of view versus my point of view. I'm gonna try to take her out a couple times this weekend. She's on summer break now. So everybody go follow Ingalon. Let me start a giveaway too. Sorry, I'm doing a million weird things at once. Let me start a giveaway, courtesy of our raid. Handcrafted from home is here. All the girls are awake now. I'm doing a crafty ephemera giveaway today. So it's some of my normal advertising postcard situation, all the regular ephemera. But I'm also going to cut a few little pieces of transfers and throw in with the ephemera today. So if you win, you can try one out. Also, you guys can put transfers like over plain wood and glass, like we were just talking about. It doesn't have to be over paint. So if you don't have any paint, but you want to transfer, get crafty. Put it on some wood or something. Thank you for the right, Ingalon. When's your next show? I bet you got something amazing coming up. I don't want to burn my hair either. You gotta wash it up. Becky, thank you for your purchases. Y'all, if you don't follow Repurposed by Becky, she is a crafty gal. She makes the time to make the crafts for you. She's buying some stuff. What you got up your sleeve? What you planning over there? I put them on mirrors. Oh, Donnelly on mirrors is gorgeous. You guys caught it. Oh, cat-like reflexes. You guys know you can buy a spray paint that is a mirror effect, and you can spray it on the back of a window, right? And it makes the window look like a mirror, and then you put a transfer on the front. Oh, so pretty. I have a YouTube video of it. Follow me on YouTube. Scroll way back. It's way back there, but you'll see it on the thumbnail. It's a beautiful window with a mirror with flowers. You'll see it. Don't do it right this second. Do it when you miss me after I'm done being live. You like making the mercury glass? That's pretty too. Like when you do a mirror spray and like fling vinegar on it. Is that right? I haven't done it forever. Okay, this is painted. We're gonna set this to the side for just a second. See, I just got down in there as far as I could. Right? We did our best. We did our best. I might do a little bit better when we're, we get the rest of it. Then I'll do the inside off camera. This paint didn't thicken up too much, but it's a good consistency, right about where I want it. If you get it too thick and use the heat gun, you don't get a lot of good chippiness. If you do it a little bit thinner and use the heat gun, you can force your chippiness. So the thing with milk paint, we did a 1-to-1 ratio of powder to water here. We mixed it really good. This is a pretty raw wood piece. I don't know how much chippiness we're going to get. We're going to test it out together. On this piece that had a really thick clear coat on it over the stain, you can see it went super chippy, super amazing. So milk paint will vary a little bit depending. If you don't want it to chip at all, you just want that beautiful milk paint color and smooth buttery finish, you can put the Extra Bond in it. Give me that stool. It's a little riser. It's a little riser. I need to, it got a little too chippy on the legs for my liking, so I was going to use a little Extra Bond and fix the legs. I'll bring it on Sunday, Alicia. How about that? Or I could do it live, maybe if I have time. My friend shippers will be here in 20 minutes, so they're probably going to scare me. So if I jump, don't laugh. I got to get a different paintbrush. 1 second. Okay. Not that one. Not that one. This one. I need to buy more brushes for myself too. It's about time to take some out of inventory. I do not use my DIY paintbrushes with milk paint. They are too delicate. I only use Klingon with milk paint. The DIY brushes are great for DIY paint. I haven't been using them as much, honestly, though, because I don't have very many in stock. Hopefully they're available again. Okay. Stool I'll bring on Sunday if you're cool with that. So this is curry. This is the color curry. It's a beautiful like mustardy sunflower yellow. And we're just going to go straight on over. I wiped this down with just a little bit of like a wet paper towel yesterday. Didn't clean it or prep it or sand it or nothing. I'm going to try to do like just one nice coat. And if it looks streaky, then I'll touch it up there with like a half coat. If y'all can't see what I am doing, you can swipe left on the screen. All those comments will scoot out of your way, okay? Now, it is kind of like beading up right there. Do you see how it's beading up? Which means there is some kind of top coat on here. So hopefully we'll get some good crazing. I'm going to work in little small sections on this so I don't get yellow everywhere. And I'm going to hit it right away with this heat gun. Now, the thing is, with the milk paint, if you get it too hot too fast, it's just all going to chip off. You got to keep your heat gun moving and a grooving, or don't heat it at all. If you want to force a little crackle, heat it. If you don't want crackle, absolutely don't heat it. I have on my YouTube channel a ton of edited videos about milk paint where you can stop it, rewind it, put your thing down, flip it, and reverse it, right? So if you're still a little confused, you want some more tutorials, feel free to check out those YouTube videos with the milk paint. And you guys can buy paint from me 24/7. Lisa, congratulations. I'm going to send you some crafty ephemera. You guys can buy paint from me 24/7 in my shop. I don't have to be live. Shipping's going to be the same on paint no matter if I'm live or not. Okay, as I'm starting to heat it, do you see that right there? Do you see how it's going to start to chip and lift and crackle a little bit? It is. I love a good before and after. Ooh, okay, so I'm going to stop because the second I hit it again, look, it was like bam. It's going to get real crazy there. So we're just going to let that front chill and sit now for a second. We are the weirdos who love watching paint dry. I know it. I know it. It's satisfying when you edit it too. Like, and get certain camera angles and it's not me yapping. Oh, I played a reel the other day when I was live doing my sit and sell. And somebody's like, is that you? That doesn't even sound like you. So also on my YouTube videos, I use my professional voice. Next, we're going to take our Klingon R12 and apply the milk paint in a nice even layer. So if you get sick of me being wild, just go watch my YouTube. It's a lot more chill. I put my bloopers usually at the end of my videos too, so that's kind of fun. I try. It's not on every video. Sometimes I'm pretty perfect, you know, when I'm filming. No bloopers to be heard. I don't have a paper towel over here to set that on. All right, I'm just gonna paint and heat side by side here. I don't always do this. Normally I would like paint 3 sides and kind of just walk away from it for a minute, let it chill for a minute. And then if it didn't get chippy enough, I hit it with the heat gun. But again, this does speed up our process and it does increase the chippiness. I like it chippy. You can look at the front of that. Now it looks kind of weird right now, but we'll hit it with some sandpaper. Go process. Love the brown below. Is that a stain or one of your DIY colors? This is like just how I bought it. Isn't that a gorgeous color? I almost didn't paint this because I loved the wood tone, but I gotta start sourcing painting things again for these shows. I'm like looking around. I'm like, I got nothing to paint. The riser was in the antique ironstone. I do believe that's what it's called. It's one of my new colors. So let me make sure I'm saying it right. Oh shit, I don't have a sample of it up here, but I'll pin it for you. Sorry, I didn't mean to cuss. Shoot. Ironstone, and I do have it restocked in the samples. I pinned it down below, and I don't have the bag up here, but here's the color. Antique Ironstone, it's called. That's the sample size. It looks like I do have it available in pints and quarts as well, if you want more. Pints and quarts and pints and quarts. Sorry, I'm sorry. It set off it activated a stim there, my bad. This is probably a dumb question. Do you have to hit that with heat or does it chip with air dry too? It's not a dumb question at all. You do not have to hit it with heat. If your If your wood project has a top coat, a clear coat, some kind of previous stain on it, it's gonna it's gonna chip. Okay. If you are using, like here, I'll show you this example. This was a completely raw wood rosette. I hit it with just milk paint and let it dry on its own and like very fine crackle, right? Very fine crackle. I did sand this a little bit, but there was no stain, no top coat on this. It's not going to provide a lot of crackle. But if I would have hit that with a heat gun while it was drying, I probably could have forced a little bit more. So it's kind of a fine line. It's a kind of a game. You got to test it out a little bit. And even on like this piece, one part might crackle more than the other part. It kind of does what it wants. So if you are new to the milk paint, I would suggest to like grab a couple inexpensive projects with some different finishes on them, or maybe just some salvage wood pieces, if you've got those laying around, and test it out, try it out before you go and you paint that antique dresser. And because they have the samples and just the $8 price point, it really, you can get a sample size and paint a few different things, small things like this, and try it out for not that much monies. And then like if you already have DIY clear wax, you can use DIY clear wax over your milk paint. The two products play really well together. So if you don't want to invest in a whole nother line of wax and stuff today. And if you have any questions, will this and this work together, et cetera, drop those questions. No question is dumb. I've been painting for almost 8 years now with these two paint lines. So it's second nature to me. And sometimes I forget to throw some of that info out there. Feel free to ask all the questions because we'll all learn things. And I have other friends in the room that paint with these lines as well. So feel free, y'all just chat it up, drop your tips. You can grab some blank wood pieces from the Dollar Tree. That's a good idea. Now, those Dollar Tree pieces are going to be like raw wood. So I would suggest if you want the raw wood to get chippy, I'm going to melt this phone, girl. Put a clear coat over them, like DIY Big Top, or even like a spar urethane shellac or something like that from the hardware store. Put a clear coat over your raw wood if you want it to get chippy. See, like this side right here, even though it's the same piece and I'm hitting it with heat, this side isn't getting super chippy, even though that side went crazy. So it really does kind of like have a little bit of a mind of its own, but that's the fun in the milk paint. You never quite know. I have a ton of furniture videos up. A lot of the milk paint projects I did was furniture. In fact, on my IG, I still have like my furniture stories. So there's a piece I did with milk paint. You see like right there up at the top, it just did that one like really crazy big chip right there. Absolutely stunning. And it looks so realistic, like authentically old because of the randomness of the chipping. This piece got, oops, my bad. This piece got rude, super chippy. Look at my phone in the mirror. But that piece got super duper chippy. Absolutely gorgeous. But yeah, be sure to follow me on social media if you want to see, oh, look, this is a whole furniture piece. So sorry, guys. Please hold. Now I'm going to get frustrated at it. I'm going to win. Damn it. Hold on 1 second. This was a whole furniture piece I did with DIY paint and transfers. We're doing that on a much smaller scale today. I really do miss doing furniture. Look at that. So pretty. The whole headboard and dresser set. I miss buying. I used to buy every old window I saw when I had my booth. Oh, that was like a rust effect I did. That was a very mixed review on that one, whether people liked it or not. Oh, it was so good. I like mother. Okay, we're done. You guys can go look on my Instagram stories. How many do you think it would do a bathroom vanity that's stupid fake wood? This doesn't do great on fake wood. If you want it to look authentically chippy and beautiful, I would use DIY paint. I would use DIY paint on the faux wood and use like some wax or like some layering, drippy patina effect. The milk paint is not going to do well. So like, okay, we got like 3 different effects here just on this one piece. This side just kind of dried like buttery smooth. This side, we got like some very thin crackling. This side, we got some like chippy. So it's gonna do what it wants, but it's gonna be good. I promise. And see, I mixed up too much paint. I should have started with, I should have stuck with what I started with. Okay, I'm gonna go inside just a little bit here, as far down as I can go. And I'm really gonna try my hardest right now because I don't wanna mix up more paint later. After I get the paint dry on both of them, I will show you how to seal and finish. We're gonna put a little dark wax on this one, I think, and make it a little moody. I'm gonna stick some greenery in it. And then on the other one I used a DIY paint on, we're gonna put a transfer on. So we still got a few steps to go here. Thank you guys for your purchases and for hanging out today. My shippers will be here. I'm gonna go down when I'm done here, and we're gonna work on learning all these paint colors and stuff to pull orders. If for any reason any of your orders in the next couple of upcoming weeks have any discrepancies in them, please reach out to me. I am like double checking and training and stuff. But if anything is missing or wrong, or if anything should happen, just reach out to me. I got you. We'll make it right. But she's been doing really good. They'll be here in like 10 minutes. They might scare me. Don't laugh. As soon as I get this paint on this section, I will check the chat. Check it out. I'm really excited to show you guys these new transfers. So I am going to, I made it my mission to do some filming this weekend. I've got Elena here. We're going to get out of this house. We're going to get out and about. Summer break. We are going to do a little shopping. She has a couple places she wants to hit up to, and source some painting projects for upcoming shows. What kind of stuff do you guys want to see on upcoming shows? Do you want to do more patriotic crafting? Do you want more floral crafting? Do you want to play with molds more? If you have any ideas, drop them in the chat. If not, then I'm just going to look for fun painting pieces. And we're going to paint our little hearts up. Rustic projects, okay? Grab the crackle from Sweet Pickins. So it does. I am currently out of crackle. They sold me out of it like that on my last show. I have 10 more on the way. Should be here soon. Hopefully by my next craft show. Okay, I'm going to try to dry the inside and not get too much more up on that tool. Molds, more molds. Okay, patriotic. Oh, it's all right. You're all right, girl. I need to start like sending you guys a debriefing before every show. Here's a list of the muted words. Here's what I'm focusing on today. Here's what we're featuring. Here's what I'm sold out of. Mods, I don't know if you were here in the beginning of my show, but I had to tell everybody I can't go to New York. Plane tickets just to get there are between, it was like $675 and $1,200 just to get there and not even get home. I know, Bree. I'm going to cry, probably. You guys are going to have to like co-host me so I can. So he's got to FaceTime me. I know. I was thinking about driving, but it's 16 hours drive. I don't think I can do it. Not with the dog. And I don't want to board her for 2 weeks. Not at this age. What if she died while I was gone? But I did want to throw it out there because we've all been talking about it. I can't. Becky, plane tickets. So we have the World Cup is coming for soccer. And like everything in Kansas City, Airbnbs, hotels, restaurant reservations, you can't do anything here for like the entire month. And plane tickets soared. With that as well. Thank you guys for your purchase of it. I'm using the color Curry currently. Let me pin Curry one more time. I love this yellow. It's so good. It'd be beautiful with some sunflowers in it. Pin them down below. Okay. That top is getting chippier, girl. Right. All right, the back and the bottom. We're almost there. Sometimes with projects like this, you really do have to paint in sections too. I mean, whether you let it dry naturally or speed up the drying process, there's so many sides to them. I remember, but back when like thrift flips were my main source of income, I would get, I'd be bulk painting. I'd get everything done. I'd get all the brushes cleaned and all my paint put away. And I'd like flip over one piece and one little side wasn't painted still. I used to wake up at like 3 a.m. and paint, you guys. It was crazy. before my regular job. That was a paint and fool. Is that smoking? It is. Can you guys see it? Because the inside of it's hot and I put paint on it. Smoking. Yeah, so Sweet Pickins milk paint can also be super buttery smooth. If you put Extra Bond in this, say you don't want it to chip, and you use the Extra Bond additive and then sand this down, it is like as smooth as butter. Butter. Yeah, those were the days. Who said no? No, no what? Yes, no, maybe so. Caffeine. You guys, this is hands down the best Alani there ever has been made. Oh, look, the paint's like flaking off now, flying everywhere. If you are going to use a heat gun, I have a Wagner. I've got Wagner brand for a long time. They last a long time too. Be careful though. Oh no, smoke! You can't see it. I was like, "What's she talking about?" I forgot what I asked. My bad. If you are using a heat gun, don't point it at your paintbrush. Don't point it at your cell phone. Don't set it down on top of your transfers or your milk paint sample bags. Ask me how I know. Ask me how I know. We're just going to dry this up. And we're going to do some sanding. I looked at estate sales yesterday here in Independence and like the surrounding area, and I don't see any good ones. Tell me what the difference between milk paint and DIY is. Of course I can. And also Old Soul Relics on my crafting shows, I always multicast to YouTube. So I have a YouTube channel, same name, Upcycled by Bree. You guys can always go back and catch the replay of these as well to see from the beginning to the end. So DIY paint is a clay-based paint. It is a lot like a chalk paint. It is nice and thick. It's really pigmented, very user-friendly, very easy to use. Sweet Pickins milk paint is a powdered paint. Comes in a powdered form. You mix it up with water to create your paint. It also provides a crazy, authentic, chippy paint finish. If you provide the right kind of base for it and add a little heat, you can get some really, really fun chippy finishes with the milk paint. I know the chippy look's not for everybody. I personally love it. But you can also add in an Extra Bond product into the milk paint to make it not chip, to make sure it's going to stick and be more of like a smooth finish on your milk paint. So that's the difference. A lot of people are intimidated by milk paint because it can have a little bit of a mind of its own. There's that extra step of mixing it up. Yay, the ironstone's good. The ironstone is beautiful. You're going to love it. And just like with anything, you got to practice a little bit, right? You got to practice. If you want like a very user-friendly, surefire, this is going to be easy peasy lemon squeezy, start with the DIY paint line. I usually don't do both paint lines on one craft show either, just because people get confused. Sometimes they're like, oh, but somebody requested it. What does the Extra Bond product look like? I will pin it for you down below. It looks like a clear coat, basically. Looks like a clear coat. And then it's going to have instructions on the bottle of how to use it. I have it in 4 ounces, just a very small sample. I also have it in a bigger 10 ounce if you guys fall in love with milk paint and want a bigger size. I did pin it down below, the Extra Bond 4 ounce. But it looks, I don't have the little bottle up here, sorry. It basically looks like this, like a clear coat. You just add it in after you mix up the paint. You add in a little bit of the Extra Bond. It's, I believe, a 2-part paint ratio to 1-part bond. So a little bottle goes a long ways. What's up, my eclectic thrifts, Ash? You're so welcome. I painted a bluebird house with my Apothecary DIY. I love Apothecary. Ready for some transfers? Awesome. We're going to look at the new transfers here in just a second. I started painting a cabinet Apothecary for our next craft show. We're not going to do that today. It's too much in one day. But on our next craft show, we will look at Apothecary because I love it. All right, paper towels. I'm just going to take my paper towel and knock off my extra chippy paint. Look how chippy that got. That's why I stopped applying the heat. That way it didn't all just fall off. But I'm going to knock off. Oh, that's crazy. That got uber chippy because I applied all the heat. This side though, I applied the heat, it didn't get that chippy. So it's crazy. It will have a mind of its own and do what it wants. I think because so much of this fell off, I could put a little bit of a yellow transfer right there. Even we'll look at it. I'm not going to put wax on the front of that yet. I might transfer that. It's going to be risky, but I think I can do it. This side, this side, this side, hardly no chippy. That's crazy. But that curry color is absolutely beautiful with the wood grain. I love it. It looks like this was hanging in somebody's Nana's house and it just got rubbed and touched and whatever years after years after years. Transferred look good. I will try it. We'll try it. It's growing on me. So sometimes it gets super chippy like that. Sometimes it's smaller little pieces that chip off and flake off. Now, if you weren't quite happy with how much chipped off here, you could go on with another coat. You could take a little sandpaper, rough this up just a little bit right here, go on with another coat. We could do that too, but I think a transfer would look kind of cool on it. Or you could take a little extra bond and put into the rest of your paint you have mixed up here and go over with it. You guys want to do that to see how it sticks? You let me know in the chat, or do you want to put a transfer over it? And watch me struggle. Transfer. Okay. So I am going to do this, even though I just vacuumed, because we're going to wax these pieces and I don't want to get these little paint chips everywhere. That's another reason why I usually don't mix paint brands, because this milk paint chips everywhere and then it's a pain in the ass. A pain in the ass in the best beautiful way. Okay, so we're gonna let that sit for a second and cool down. How does it? No, it doesn't do good on metal, Katie. That's the thing. It's gonna just fall off unless you add extra bond, and then it will stick to your metal. But it's not gonna be super chippy. So you gotta play with it. Now, I'm wondering, what if you did milk paint and a dark color, used extra bond on the can, and then used a lighter color over it with a little, like did a little crackle, and then used a lighter color? We could test it. You can transfer on metal, easy peasy. Yeah, that's super easy. We could test that. I could look for an old can and we can try it. I don't mind. I don't mind failing live. You know what I mean? We can always try things out together. If I have a project I'm using milk paint on, I probably usually plan like a surefire project too. Okay, this is all dry and cooled off. Now I did let this front of it dry for like 24 hours. The other sides we painted live just so you could see how amazing that coverage was and see how the paint goes on in real time. I just did like one coat in this cupboard, which is phenomenal. Love DIY paint. I'm going to use one of my new transfers. Sorry, my face is like itchy. I'm trying not to itch it on camera. My allergies have been so bad this year, and I'm just like staying away from my fence line and the outdoors. If you know, you know. Okay, we're gonna use one of my new transfers on it. This is the Secret Garden. I love it. It's got birds, it's got butterflies. It's one of the smaller transfers. So you get 3 sheets that are 6 by 12. The extra bond will prevent it from chipping at all. Yes. So if you wanted to paint over metal, you could if you added the extra bond. If you don't want this to happen, but you love this paint color and you love how amazing and smooth the finish is of milk paint, you just put your extra bond in before you paint on wood too. And yes, it will not chip at all. The extra bond is pinned down below as well. So this is really pretty. I'm going to pin this now. The Secret Garden transfer. This is one of the smaller ones, a slightly lower price point. Pinned down below. Thank you, Katie, for your purchases. And if you guys buy this stuff and you get it in your hands and you're like panicking and my YouTube videos just aren't quite enough, use dark wax on this. On both. We love our dark wax. I did restock it too. If you have questions after you get your products, private message me. And I definitely, I check them every day. All right, Secret Garden on the curry. Okay, yeah, we'll put dark wax on this. I'm going to start with the transfer on this and let that kind of just cool down and sit for a second. Also, we haven't sanded them. I'll step ahead of myself. I'm going to do just a little light sanding, not too much on this one because it's such a light base underneath there. It's not going to be a lot of contrast. Just a little bit. You can put liquid patina on milk paint to transfer to. Oh yeah. I could seal it first, like a responsible human. Here's the thing: if I did put the top coat on, I would probably want to let it dry for a few hours. You know what I mean? And I guess I got time for that. We're gonna risk it for the biscuit, Crazy T. But yes, if you read the instructions on the transfers, it does say to top coat your paint before applying the transfers. Psycho Pepper just doesn't do that. Does Prima lay as flush? I think so. I think so. They also have a little, small micro edge to them. I have had just as much luck. I used to use the IOD before I started retailing the Prima. I would buy it from my friends and stuff, and I love both brands. So I'm just gonna hit the corners where like there's a little extra peat buildup on this. There's not a real dark color underneath to bring through. So we'll use some dark wax on this one too. Maybe even black wax on this one. So like, just on a couple spots, I have just like a little paint buildup from painting over the edge, nothing crazy. And then because I'm adding the transfer, I am just gonna make sure I wipe this off. The little paint dust. Need a bit of paint dust. DIY paint is thick. It is full of pigment and it is thick. So you have amazing coverage, but you also are gonna see your brush lines. Like you can get the feather brush, some of the DIY brushes and help minimize those brush lines with a good brush, but you're gonna see some texture. I love that because it catches the wax and really provides a lot of texture to be able to add like patina and aging. So neutral. I know this is a good one, right? It's a good one. And there's only one left. I knew it would sell out fast. For some reason, I ordered like a lot of new styles, but not super huge quantity. I don't know. I think I had ordered paint and more paint, and then like the transfers were the last thing I bought. So next time I'll step up the quantity on things just a little bit. Okay, let's look and see. This will be since I used some of this, the transfers I used in the ephemera giveaways today, the extras. How about that? On the front, I was thinking I wanted florals on this. There's also some beautiful butterflies and moths. All right, I think I'm going to go rose down here on the bottom and like butterfly up here. So pretty. So if you've never used transfers before, they are basically like stickers for grown-ups for crafting. They are on a paper backing and you just peel them off and apply them to your project. I don't have any scissors over here. I'm sorry, one second. Why do scissors run away? No matter how many pairs you have, it never fails. Elena the other day grabbed these out of the kitchen drawer and she's like, tell me your mom's a crafter without telling me your mom's a crafter. She only has weird scissors. And I was like, bro, you're not supposed to say it when you say that. You're supposed to say it without saying it. I do only 5 in your order. What do you mean? Do only 5? Only 5 of each style? Yeah. Where's that, C. Mercer? So I don't have too much extra stock. Okay, so I'm going to cut out the piece that I want. Now, I like to kind of hang mine over the edge. We're going to be a little risky because I did just paint this live and didn't let it dry for 24 hours over here, but I think we'll be okay. I'm going to show you how user-friendly these are. And then we're going to put like a butterfly up here. If you guys can't see what I'm doing, swipe left on the screen. The comments will get out of the way and you can see the screen a little better. So this is the Secret Garden. I have a pin down below. There's one left in stock. And then my extra pieces, I'll chop these up today for giveaways. So I'm going to take most of my transfer and apply it to the front. And we're just going to let it like hang over the edge a little bit. I'm going to cut the bottom of my stem is slanted. I'm going to cut it straight so it sits flush with the bottom of this piece and it looks like it's growing out. But I'm just going to trim it just a little bit so it's flat. Most of the transfers on the front. Once you stick it down, you can't move it around. So make sure you get it where you want it. And then your transfers are going to come with a little rubbing stick. Don't be weird. Okay. We're streaming to YouTube today. Come with a little rubbing stick. You're just going to start rubbing this transfer. Now, when you do that, you can see if there's not a glare. The little micro rim around the transfer starts disappearing as it adheres to your projects. Over here, where I haven't rubbed it down yet, you can still see just a little bit of that micro rim. Maybe you guys can't, but you will be able to see it in real life. But that's how you can tell whether your project is adhering or not. I'm just gonna rub, rub, rub. It's a great price. Thank you. Okay. Our mist detail, I would never have thought to do. What, to hang it over the side? Oh, to cut the bottom. To make it look like it's growing out the bottom. There you go. There you go. We learn something new every day, don't we? You can also overlap your transfers and layer them if you didn't know that. I kind of use a combination of my fingers and this stick. Okay, so now it's rubbed down on the front, but now I got to curve it over the edge here. My table's shaking today. It's not flat on the ground. So I am just going to curve it with my fingers, and I'm going to hold it in place there, because once it starts sticking, if it pops up and lifts, it could rip your transfer. So I'm just going to hold it down and rub, 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 really make sure I get over that curve too. That's where the fingers kind of come into play. The bottom. Oh, wait, we already talked about that. I'm used to my chat like flying, so when it's quieter in my chat, I reread comments 7,000 times. The apple bottom jeans, boots with fur. It's so satisfying to watch people do transfers. I'm glad you like it. It's even more satisfying on YouTube because I get the camera like right up in here, and clip it out all nice. I'm not like hunched over. I do look like a hobbit today. Yeah, if you were watching on YouTube, come on over to Whatnot. It makes so much more sense over here. Do the transfers lay flat or can you feel them? They lay very flat unless you're using the Luxe transfers. These are made out of like a more of a rubber material, and they do have a little raise to them, but you can put the Luxe transfers on glass and clean over them like with Windex and stuff. You can put them on your tumblers, your Stanleys, whatever. These regular traditional transfers do lay flat. Okay, so now it's all stuck down. I'm pretty sure I'm going to start lifting it slowly, and I'm going to have my rubbing stick ready in case there's a piece that isn't quite stuck all the way down. I'm going to start on the front here where my paint has dried for 24 hours. Now, keep in mind, remember, I did not put down a top coat before I put my transfer down. If you are brand new to transfers, you've never used them before, feel free to lay down a top coat if you're worried about the adhesion. You want to get one. You guys can also zoom in. Okay, I'll check the question in just a second. You can also zoom in by pinching the screen. Don't zoom in on my pores, okay? So I like to get one whole edge, make sure it's down, and then I start lifting and rubbing simultaneously. I'm applying a decent amount of pressure here. One second, the rooted. I will answer your question in just a hot second. Okay, so now I've got that whole edge lifted, and you can see the transfer is adhered to my project. I figured out why your shoulder has issues. Listen, Linda, I feel like this is not interested in some bond, but had a question about it. Okay, what's up, the rooted? What is your question about the bond? You have my full attention. Ask away. Okay, so now that side is all adhered, I'm just going to start lifting the plastic and kind of rubbing at the same time. Can you use it in a sprayer with chalk paint? I have never put Extra Bond into my DIY paint. I don't think you need to. Oh snap. Okay, so look, we have a little problem here. I'm going to show you how to fix it. My transfer has cracked right there and it's stuck to the plastic. So I'm going to come in here from the back side where the split is and rub downwards. And we're going to pray. Now, if you don't want to deal with what I'm currently dealing with, put your top coat down first, okay? It really is best practice, but I never usually do it. If it does break off, I'll show you how to snag a little piece from another part of your transfer and replace it. Mm, I win. I win. Yeah, do as Bree says, not as Bree does. Also, the longer you let your paint dry before you apply your transfer, the better it's going to stick. I did let mine dry overnight. It's given me a little bit of a time today, but it's not too bad. Not too bad. Also, it depends like what was under the paint. If that was super shiny, it makes it a little bit harder sometimes. But you can also put transfers down just straight over wood. This would have been beautiful. Like I transferred just over this wood without paint too, would have been gorgeous. All right, slowly lifting. And as I lift, I just make sure all of my corners and edges are sticking down. If they start to lift a little, then I just back it up, press it down again. It takes patience. Okay, you got to have patience, especially when you're going around a curved edge like this. This is a little bit harder. It's your first time using a transfer. Maybe just go straight on a flat surface for the first piece. I think today it was like, it's like, I'm going to prove you wrong. Should have put a top coat down. It's sticking just fine. It's just taking a little longer. A little more patience. And then there's some texture. See, there's like a little line in it right here. So I got to go whoa, real slow over that. Make sure it gets adhered over the crack. Almost there. Okay. We did it. I got a little, damn it. I got a little fold in the stem. That's okay. It looks natural, right? Any advice for painting metal trays and then putting on transfer? Okay, so paint your metal tray. What kind of paint are you using? First of all, using DIY paint. I also have the cottage color DIY paint. It doesn't come in a ton of colors. This has a built-in sealer, so then you don't even have to seal over it. Putting transfers on top of this is really easy too. You're using, okay, so what you want to do is paint your piece. You're gonna want to use top coat for sure on the metal. So I would use either Big Top or liquid patina as a top coat and let that dry for like 12 hours before you put your transfer on. Okay, our transfer is on. It looks good. It did lift a little bit right there, and when I was adhering it back down, it bent a little on the stem, but that's okay. It's okay. It's slightly imperfect. Now we could also lightly distress this if we wanted, but I need to burnish it real quick. And all that means is after you get it on there, I'm going to take just a clean piece of a paper towel here and I'm going to rub over the whole thing. And that's just going to seal the deal. And then I'll show you the edge, what the edge looks like. I'll blend it in. Bottom of that stem didn't want to stick. I did put fresh paint right there when I was painting just now. So that's probably why that bottom of that stem didn't stick very well. It stuck pretty well on this side that I just painted. So you can get away with it. But also remember, I have applied a lot of transfers. Next time we do transfers, I'll put down a dang top coat so you can see how easy it makes it. And you guys are going to be like, Bree, you should just work smarter, not harder. I like to use wax. I'm not a big liquid top coat person. There's nothing wrong with it. It just takes more patience. Look how pretty. That rim, the little micro rim, is non-existent. He's gone. It lays flat flesh. It looks like it's hand painted on there. Isn't that beautiful? Can I pin one of these? Yes, I would say if you want to, do you like a more matte or more shiny appearance on your metal tray? Which one are you going for? Matte, like completely matte. Do I have, hold on one second. If I have the Sweet Pickens matte top coat, okay, so this would be the least expensive option, and I love it. It's the Sweet Pickens line. It plays very well with DIY, and it's the most matte top coat I have. This is a 4 ounce, so it's just going to be a little sample. You could try it out. I have that one. If you want a bigger portion, I also have it in 16 ounces. If you want to stay within the DIY line, I would go liquid patina. Why do I use paper towels instead of slippery side of the transfers to burnish? Oh, do you guys use the slippery side of the transfer? Is that a thing? That's fancy. Like this? This part? Oh, oh, that's so slidey. Oh, that's nice. Nobody ever taught me that. That's why. Old bitter crow. Oh, this is why I love crafting shows. It slides so nice on the paint. Okay, so Old Bitter Crow says you can use the slidey side of your transfer paper to burnish it. That feels real nice. That's my new life hack. Who taught you that? Okay, bam, look at that. Old Bitter Crow, you was smart. Or the plastic piece. I feel like the plastic piece, I don't know where I put mine. Is that it? It's not very matte anymore. That looks all matte now. I don't think that's it, is it? I don't know. I guess so. It's fine. We're just gonna throw it now. Love the knowledge you shared. I know I love these shows. Okay, so we put the flower up there, and I do also claim, you guys, I am just a just a pretend crafter. Okay, I'm just a pretend crafter. Every once in a while, we get some real crafters up in here. I'm gonna do. I kind of want it to look like it's gonna land on there, so I'm gonna do this little butterfly, and then we're gonna use some black wax, just a little bit. Please pin the liquid patina. Yeah, I got you. I got you. I got you. So liquid patina is going to be the DIY line. It's a little more expensive, but it's a bigger portion. And also, this does act as a decoupage medium, a transfer gel, a top coat, and will be great to put over your DIY paint before you use your transfer on a metal tray. I'm just a girl. Why didn't I know, I've never heard that. You know how many transfers I've done? Crazy T, we're learning. Thank you guys for your purchases of the liquid patina. Liquid patina. All right, I'm just going to put this little butterfly right here. He's coming in hot. Oh, sorry. Do I want him way up here? He's kind of cute way up here too. Ooh, this is the hardest part about transfers. I'm gonna put him down a little lower. It's like, where do I put it? Placement. Don't think about it too long or you'll overthink it. Okay, so can I use this piece to it? No, doesn't work quite as well. Doesn't work quite as well. I'm just gonna stick with just a little bit of transfer on this. You guys get crazy. You can put transfers on all the sides. You can put transfer on the bottom. You can put a transfer back here if you wanted. I'm just gonna stick with a couple little ones today. That way also I have some good pieces to do in the giveaways. Let's do another giveaway. It's time for a giveaway. Crafty ephemera running right now. You'll get some of my normal paper ephemera and a couple of transfer scraps today. Not scraps even. They're gonna be actual full pieces. Little pieces, but full pieces. All right, let's lift this piece. Come on. My nails are so short right now. This might be a moth. How do you tell the difference between butterflies and moths? Drop it in the chat. So I went to the DIY boot camp a few years ago that Debbie put on, and I decided to use a transfer on my furniture piece, and we had like a time crunch, right? And I did not seal my paint before I put my transfer on. The amount of people that were standing around me, like, is it gonna work? Is it gonna work? Is she gonna ruin it and run out of time? It was wild. I do have a YouTube video on that too. I'm notorious. Next time we do transfers together, I will do a top coat first, just so y'all can see the difference. But it works. You just got to be patient. I have to put my patient shorts on. The antennas, that's how you tell the difference? Well, that's silly. That's the only way to tell? No expert advice on bugs. She attends. I love autocorrect. I know nothing. Wing shape. It's wild. Okay, so here we're gonna use the shiny side of the plastic. We're gonna burnish this baby. Ooh, it slides so nice. Oh, I really do love that. Thank you so much for telling me that. Beautiful. You guys, I'm obsessed. I am obsessed. Okay, I'm gonna give my fingers. Mothers look like feathers. The autocorrect does not like you today, Jackie. Isn't it pretty? Isn't it pretty? I'm going to hold up some of my other transfers and pin them down below in case you guys are wanting to shop. And then we will get some wax on this. I'm not going to put any more on there. It kind of looped around the side over here, right? And continues the transfer there. A little less is more, in my opinion, when it comes to transfers. I did distress this just a little bit, and we'll do clear and some black wax on it. I don't think I've ever used black wax live. Okay, hop in the giveaway. I'm going to cut up little pieces of this transfer and do fun paper ephemera for gibbies today. And I haven't forgot about this. We're going to slap a transfer on that bad boy too. We're going to try. We're going to try our hardest. All right, let's look. Let's look at all the beautiful new flowers. Some of these are a little larger. Some of them are a little smaller. Price points vary just a bit. Thanks for hanging out on my crafty days. It's been real fun. Okay, this is a Belle Epique. Your favorite color? This one? This is a favorite color? The yellow? Oh, snap. This is Belle Epique Blooms. It is, oops, it's not pinned down below. My bad. It is pinned down below. This one is going to be 3 sheets that are 8.5 by 11, and they are a gorgeous yellow floral. On the back of the transfer, it shows you like a layout of all the pages. So we have some nice big fat flowers on here, but also some smaller ones you could use on small projects as well. That is Belle Epique. I don't think I'm saying it right. I don't know, when you put the little like marks over the letters, I'm just like, I just put an accent on to sound fancy. Is vintage linen more cream or white? Vintage linen is going to be slightly gray almost. So let me show you this. Here is White Swan. It's slightly creamy. Here is beadboard. It's going to be my brightest white. Here's vintage linen on the top. It's going to pull just slightly more gray, but just a touch. It's a cool white. This is a white white. This is a more warm white. Vintage linen, beadboard, and White Swan. Hope that helps. Let me know if you need me to pin anything for you. How does the transfers do decent with a textured surface? The DIY paint is pretty thick and leaves some brush strokes, right? But we're going to try it over this milk paint, this chippy milk paint. We might have to distress our transfer on this one a little bit. I'm not making any promises. We might just ruin that together and I'll fix it later. It's going to be fine. I got this. But a little texture is okay. A ton of texture, it's going to be rough. If you put down a top coat, you have a better vintage linen pen. You have a better chance of it adhering to a more textured surface. But really, transfers do best with a smoother surface. Vintage linen, it's possible. All right, 8 ounces. Vintage linen is pinned down below. I do have it in 16 and 32. If you want a bigger size, let me know. I got you, and I'll pin a bigger size. No more texture than milk paint chip. Correct. Yeah, I wouldn't. Vintage linen is gonna be the kind of grayer one. If you want the warmer one, that was White Swan. White Swan is like my most popular white. White Swan is a little bit warmer. Vintage linen's a little cooler. You want White Swan instead? This one? Okay, I got you. I know there's a lot of items in my buy now, y'all. So if you're overwhelmed by trying to find your colors, you need any help with anything, feel free to ask. I got you. And you can also categorize my buy now section down to just the crafting supplies, and that'll just be transfers and paint and stuff. Okay, there you go. But I'm happy to help. There's White Swan, warmer white, pinned down below. Thank you for the request. Use Bond in your milk paint to stop it chipping. Yes, Bitter Crow. Yes. So we were talking about that today. I wanted some chippy effect on this one. This one got wild on the front and the like nothing on the side. I used my heat gun a little bit too. So I showed them that, and I showed them the extra Bond. These flowers are a lot more bright yellow. These are like mustardy. These are more bright yellow. So depending on what yellows you like, this is going to be Bouquet de Provence. I have like 6 transfers to show, and then we'll finish our projects. bouquet. Oh no. Hold on. Sorry, my whole computer just glitched out on me. Whatnot. Don't be whatnotting today. Don't do it. We ain't got time for that. All right. Here we go. This is also one of the larger ones. This is a mini transfer bouquet de Provence, 8.5 by 11. You get 3 sheets on these. Yes, if you air dry, you'll get less chipping too. I wanted to show them how chippy it could get today. They wanted to know the difference between milk paint and DIY paint. Isn't this a good one? This one also has like, it's kind of middle-sized flowers. Here they are next to my hand, so they're not super big. You could use them on smaller thrift projects, but since it's a larger transfer, you can see it does great on furniture as well. Also, y'all, if you have a big piece of furniture, buy 2 transfers, cover more area, you know? This is creamy blush blooms. Maybe you're not into the yellow, you're more into traditional pink flowers. This one I'm going to pin down below. It is also 8.5 by 11. You get 3 sheets. And these are more like sparse, spread out flowers. This one is almost the same color, but these are more condensed, if that makes sense. This one would be really great to trail up a project. I do have a website as well. It's upcycledbybrie.com. You can purchase things on. I do most of my selling on Whatnot nowadays, but yes, I also have my website. I have a YouTube channel, a Facebook, an Instagram, a Pinterest, and a TikTok. This one would be beautiful, straight onto some wood, like an old wood board. So that is the creamy blush blooms. And then this one is just blush blooms. Now, this one also looks like it has some smaller, more individual pieces that aren't so condensed. This is a really good one. So you have like super condensed flowers. This would look great on a cabinet on a piece of furniture. But then also over here, you have a few that are a little more spread out that you could use on like a smaller thrifted project. So you kind of get the best of both worlds in this one. Beautiful, beautiful. What do we got? Peonies, roses. I don't know all my flowers. It's a busy one. I'm a busy lady. Yes, I'm a busy lady. Quiet contemplation is our next one. I have a few more to show you and then we'll finish up our projects. This one has like twigs. This one has great neutral colors. Look at it next to the black paint, popping off the black. Really, really pretty. It's got branches, twigs, and a lot of butterflies. This would be beautiful with like a light peachy pink paint too. I think with the kind of sage branches over it. This one's gorgeous. This one would also be a great climber to climb up the side of your project. Blushing Blooms, this one has some gorgeous flowers on it. We have like all the blush words in this spring's release. Blushing Blooms, look at the stripes on these flowers. Isn't that scrumptious? They are pinned down below. This is another one of the smaller ones, a 6 by 12. You get 3 sheets here. Gorgeous, the little seed beads and some of the smaller pieces. Here's what the whole 3 sheets look like. It does. It like 3D pops up off the page, right? Absolutely beautiful. They look hand painted to me. The flowers really do. So gorgeous on this one. That's one of the smaller ones. Now, I did restock this floral ambience. When I had this last time, it sold out instantly, but then it was unavailable on the website. Thank you. If or when I had when I went to repurchase these, they were sold out on the website. These are little teeny tiny pieces of art. They are A4 size. There is 1 sheet in here, but you get all of those teeny tiny little pictures to go inside of frames. We used this live and filled out some frames. Oh my gosh, these sold out so quick. So I have, I think, just 2 left, 3 left. And you get all of those teeny tiny little pictures you guys can put in your brass frames that you find at estate sales. Or I know a lot of people have been offering these like resin frames here on Whatnot too. Absolutely adorable. So cute for your teeny tiny little art. Be cute in a dollhouse. Oh my goodness. All right, this is Blossom Breeze. I think I've had this one before. Maybe, and I restocked it because I liked it so much. I don't know. All the blossom, all the blushing, all the breezing, all the things. Oh no, I don't see this one. Maybe this was the one I had left. Okay, I didn't restock this one. I lied. I did not restock that one. I think that was just one I had left. My bad. I was like, I thought I had this one before. I thought I got all new styles this time. These two transfers I have briefly talked about this show. I'm just going to show you real quick and then we'll finish our project. So those are all the new flowers I just showed you. The yellows and the pinks. And then if there's any flowers I missed, I didn't touch on, drop them down in the chat. Now I will reorder transfers very soon. These are the Luxe transfers. They have a little bit of like a raised detail to them. They are like rubbery and they are made to go directly onto glass or metal, maybe like a tumbler or a little vase, maybe a ceramic piece, and they can be cleaned. You don't have to put a sealer on these two. They can be wiped down like with a little Windex, or you can wash your tumbler in the sink and they're supposed to stay on really well. Hold on, I'm gonna sneeze. Achoo! Sorry, my allergies have been killing me. And we did do these on the bottles before. Thank you. And they sold out really quickly, but I do have them back in stock. Kicked my foot up on that one. That was a big one. The Fleur de Frame is pinned down below, and these are the gorgeous, gorgeous little flowers. They look great on teeny tiny, decrepit little glass bottles. And then you can see here, like if you have a candle company or like a perfume company, they were using them to like put on their candles and stuff. I thought that was kind of cute. Okay, and this one is the Romance in Fleur. If you like moody French country, black and white, old advertising, this one has the rooster and the horse that have been very popular. This is more French country. And I haven't, oops. Well, I just put this one on flash sale. There you go. Hell yeah. Look at you guys. I have not been able to get the other like French country black and white style transfers that Redesign with Prima had for so long. So Redesign with Prima, if you're listening, I'm gonna need you to restock those. But these work great on glass. I think you could still use these over DIY paint or wood or whatever too, but they work great on glass and they don't need to be sealed over. Okay, there you go. So that's a little tour de transfer. I've got a couple others in there, like the gilded ones, the gold ones. If you need to see any of those up close and personal, just let me know. There are a couple of other styles available, but those are all my new ones. Okay, so we're here and we're here. I am going to be crazy. I'm not going to put any top coat on that. I'm not going to do anything with bond. We're just going to take one of those yellow flowers and put over this. Where the paint did stick, like it's stuck, it's not flaking off anymore. I think we got this. Can I run the one you're working on? This one right here. Do I have any left? It is called Secret Garden. I will pin it. I think I had one left if it didn't sell out. Boom, there is. There's one left down below. There you go. The Secret Garden. And I will restock these as long as there's some available. I think this was in the spring release. So hopefully they're not sold out yet, but I'll check today as soon as I'm done being live. It's got the birds and the moths / butterflies, question mark, whichever ones those are. Thank you so much. I appreciate you. Okay, I was going to do the yellow flower on here. And I did take one out of stock already. I was a smart girl. So now I'm going to have to find another big project to use the rest of these on because this is a big old transfer. What are the boxes called that I'm working on? I think they're match holders, right? I got these at that like primitive estate sale that I went to a while ago where I scored all the stuff. He was a woodworker, so he had a bunch of little unfinished wood projects. I think they're match boxes though, right? Like for long matches. I think. Okay, so I am using the Belle Epique or whatever blooms. This is the more must. Oh my gosh, transfers smell so good. Am I going to run the finished item? I sure can. I think you put long matches in them. I'm going to put flowers in them, but I think they're for long matches for like by the fireplace. Oh, they smell so good. Okay, we're going to use a little bit of a yellow flower over the chippy milk paint. It got super chippy right there, like a little more than I wanted to. I could reapply more milk paint using Bond to get it to stick, or I could put a transfer over it and accentuate the craziness. Ooh, look at this little section. I didn't know there were bees on it. Yeah, I can run the finished projects if you want me to. I can do that. You guys are good to me. I won't make you wait. I would riser. I would run that riser today, Alicia, but I really want to fix the legs on it. They're a little too chippy. But I got you on Sunday. I'll run it. Running. Okay, this is gonna be kind of wild, man. I'm thinking it's gonna stick. You got faith in me? If it doesn't, you're broke today. Okay, it works out. Get your fingers ready. I'm not running them yet. I'll tell you before I run them. I'll tell you first. This should stick. If it doesn't, you guys can laugh at me. It's fine. You know, that's the thing about crafting too, is every once in a while you got to experiment. I'm doing it for the people. Look at that beautiful section of transfer. I'm going to pin this one more time, the one I'm using down below. Oh, good morning, Maisie. There's 3 left in stock. Good morning. I didn't know I had bees on it. Ah! Okay, we're slapping it on. It's going to go over the edges too. Ooh, I like it. And I think I'll distress this just a little bit. All right, let's see what happens when we try to apply. Oh, God. It's not going to work, I don't think. Oh, no. When I tried to apply a transfer over chippy milk paint. Oh, shit, the bed. I don't think it's going to work. I should have put a top coat down. Oh, now I got to fix it live. Nope. No, it's just going to stick to the paint. Okay. There's a fail. There's a live fail. What I'm going to do, that sucks because I ruined the bee, but it's okay. Did it for you guys. What I'm going to do is take sandpaper. I really thought it was going to go because it wasn't flaking off with my fingernails. I'm going to go all the way over this. Sand this down. We might have to finish this one next week because I might have to let the top coat dry. We'll see. We'll see. I'm going to get my extra bond. Gonna get my extra bond out. Now, sometimes it doesn't work. And that is the thing with milk paint. If you are brand new, you've never painted a day in your life and you're worried, start with DIY paint or get your bond. Okay. Do as I say, not as I do. Sometimes it works out. Sometimes it doesn't. Okay. So I sanded that down smooth. I'm going to put bond in my milk paint and paint over that so we can salvage the project. Yeah, I'll show the bottle. This is the bigger bottle. Oh, I just ripped half the label off with the tape that was on it. It's a brand new one. This is the bigger bottle though. I've never used DIY paint since it's clay-based. Can it be thinned out? Yes, it can be thinned out with water. You can use it in a sprayer. So I have videos on that too on YouTube of thinning it out, putting it in a sprayer, using water to make drippy finishes. It's water soluble until it's sealed so you can wet distress instead of using a sander. It's really, really good paint. This does have a little seal on the top of it, a little plastic saran. Okay, and then with your bond, you're going to go 1 part paint to half part bond. I still have a decent amount of paint in here. When I'm done being live, I'm going to quick use this. I'm just eyeballing this, you guys. If you're new to milk paint, weigh it out, okay? Use like measuring spoons or little 2-ounce cups or something. When I'm done being live, I'm going to use the rest of this quick on something so I don't waste it all. Okay, so I put the bond in there. I'm stirring it up. I'm just using my paintbrush. I'm a lazy crafter. I really am. Now we're going to put this on. I'm just going right over that transfer. I sanded it down smooth, and we're going to put another transfer over it, so it'll be just fine. I dip my brush in water as I paint. Less brush strokes. I love that. You guys are dropping all the tips and tricks in the chat. I feel like chalk paint and clay-based paint hasn't been around forever either, right? You know, like our traditional older paintings were oil paintings and acrylics and temper paints. So we're all still learning together. Okay, I put the bond in here, and now I'm going to dry it with my heat gun. I'm still being risky because the heat gun is going to increase the risk of it chipping and stuff. But I've got my bond in there now, so we should be good to go. I missed this whole piece right here earlier. Silly me. silly me. Got the bond in it this time. It's not chipping at all. I'm gonna put the transfer over it right away. I'm like, I'll put some sealer on there and then we'll put a transfer on it. But I'm not gonna wait 24 hours for it to dry. We're risky. Good morning. Thought I heard somebody. Maybe I'm tripping. I bought Bond Wax and now I'm looking to buy Farm Girl Green Paint. Okay, cool. The rooted. Do you need me to pin it? Fancy Farm Girl? It's a good one. It's good green. Okay, so look, I put Bond in it, I heat gunned it, and look, we didn't chip. That's what your extra bond does for you. So don't worry. If you get this and you have a little hiccup like Bree did, don't panic. It's fixable. Just paint. You already bought it. Awesome. Okay, good deal. Now I have another B. Okay, I was really sad. I ruined the B. So here's what happens when you try to put your transfer over chippy milk paint and skip your bond and skip your top coat. Now I'm thinking I don't even need a top coat. I'm so toxic. I have the bond in there. It should be all right. I'll get my freaking top coat. I'll get it. I'll get it. I know I am living on the edge. I'm telling you guys, I'm telling you. Me and liquid top coats, there's nothing wrong with them. They're great. They're great tools. I'm a wax girly, okay, but you can't transfer over a wax. This is the Sweet Pickens matte clear coat. It is my most matte top coat that I have. Hold on, I got a booger. Got a booger in it. It's my most matte top coat that I have, and it does come in the smaller size too. It's a thicker top coat. It's not super runny and watery, which is nice. It's a random brush I have over here. These aren't brushes I carry. They're nice brushes, but they're not any that I sell. I'm just going to do a nice thin layer of this Sweet Pickens matte clear coat over my paint before I put my transfer on. Really seal the deal, you know what I mean? You keep hitting, oh, whoa, whoa, whoa. I know you're excited, the inside story. I know we're having so much fun here, but calm down. I'm just kidding. Oh, I love it. Oh, so if you miss me later, just messing with you. If you miss me later, you can watch me craft all day, literally on YouTube. I have over 500 videos. Make sure she sticks. Save the bee. Okay, I got you. I got you. That was sad. We're not gonna cry though over craft products. It's okay. I'm ridiculous too, but it's okay. The good thing about me is I do like obviously buy them wholesale, so super expensive. I'm gonna think about that probably when I try to fall asleep tonight. It's fine. Can I show the bottle? I'm sorry, the bottle of the top coat. Yes. Yes, I can. So it is pinned down below. What I have here is the old style bottle. It looks different now. The bottle looks slightly different. Mine's old. They restyled the bottle, but that's what it is. The Sweet Pickens matte top coat. And they have the top coat in like a satin a couple of different finishes. I like a matte top coat. So I get the matte one. But if you guys want me to get and invest in the shiny top coats too, drop it in the chat and I'll get the samples of those. Some people like a sheen. I don't like a sheen. I like mine matte. Like look how matte that dried. It doesn't even look like I put a top coat on there. See? Whoops. Except for right there where I got a booger of it. But if you don't want the look of a top coat, but you need a top coat and you want it to be super matte, pin down below. I also have that in the 16-ounce size, which is going to be a jug like this big. That's the bond, but you know what I mean. I need to put my lid on that. You guys, I am a messy live crafter. When this show is over, I look around and I'm like, oh, what have I done? Okay, there you go. We fixed our problem. A lot of our paint fell off. We added some bond, covered up the transfer that I ruined. Problem solved. Ooh, look, it is actually though where the transfer was. Look, it's getting a little chippy right there. Oh, that's crazy. The transfer is kind of showing through. Kind of fun. So you sand, paint, top coat, then put transfers on. I didn't sand it first. I painted it and then I sanded it to knock the chippiness off, but the transfer didn't stick. So then I sanded it some more and then painted it and then put a top coat on. And now it's super smooth. Like I haven't sanded this at all. This is just the top coat or the another layer of paint with the bond and a top coat, not sanded at all. Now I can sand on the edges of this one just a little bit. The wood grain underneath is darker, so it might pop through a little bit. On that other one, I didn't distress it much because there wasn't much to go through. But I really don't need to sand it anymore unless I wanted some of that wood grain to pop through, like around the edges, to kind of give it a distressed, worn look a little bit. Just trying to focus on me. And you guys, they're really, I mean, there's not a lot of rules when it comes to painting, especially the way I paint. When I want it to look chippy and decrepit and, you know, like it's super old and whatever. That's the nice thing. I'm going to run another giveaway. Giveaways today are crafty ephemera. You'll get regular paper ephemera and some little transfer scraps. Hop in there. This is the color Curry. Let me pin that for you below again. And I have all of the colors here behind me. If you guys want me to do a little color tour, I can hold them up. I know there's a lot of things to look through in the bin. Let's get our projects finished and then we can look at a few other colors. Trial and error painter, live on the edge. I love it. If you want to see very stepped out where I cut out mistakes or just like have very like I nail it projects, live or edited videos on YouTube too. Anytime we're live crafting, we're going to come into hiccups, but I kind of like that because then it shows you guys, you know, like it's okay. Don't panic. You haven't ruined it. I mean, I did ruin that little piece of transfer, but you know, it's okay. I was really dramatic and just like ripped it off of there. I probably could have salvaged a little of it. Actually, look, see, I just chucked it on the floor. There's a whole nother bee on there. I was being dramatic. We're just gonna set that out there and save it. Okay, I sanded this down just a little distressing, a little fun. It didn't do too much. We'll use some dark wax on it too. My landlord's messaging me. Hold on a second. Oh, what did I didn't do it. Huh. Hi, Bree. Just checking in. Want to know if I'm going to do another year lease. I am, but also they have spindles that they replaced from another house because they have multiple rentals. Do I have any use for these? Why, yes, I do. Boom. Thank you so much. All right. That worried me. I didn't know why he was messaging me. Thank you for being patient. Okay, let's find another piece of that rose. Dang it. That was really the piece I wanted to use. It's okay. It's okay. We're going to use this section up here. Now, this one is all kind of like touching and attached. You can cut it apart. It's okay. Just find pieces that make sense. Little sections that make sense to chop it. So I'm going to kind of go around that pink flower. I'm going to cut right along the outline of that leaf to keep its shape. I'm going to cut underneath this leaf. Oh, I got top coat on here. Guys, I am messy. Oh, it's on the scissors. Oh my gosh. Because I stabbed the top coat open because there was a. This is fine. ADHD crafting. I love it. Okay, so I'm just cutting around the part of the transfer that I want, even though all of it's touching. I can cut out just a section. Boom. Just like that. You just cut around the edge of your flowers. Okay, so we have the milk paint. We put the bond in there. We put top coat. Better not chip off. I did all the things. The only thing I didn't do was let it dry for a while. No, the Sweet Pickins top coat's a little different. Big Top is going to be a lot shinier. It's going to have a bit of a sheen. It's not like satin sheen, but it's going to have a little bit more of a sheen. Other than that, they are both top coats. Sweet Pickins is going to be a lot more matte, and then the Big Top is only available in this big old honkin' size, as where the Sweet Pickins does have multiple sizes. Okay, I got to do this right side up for me. If you can't see what I'm doing, swipe left on the screen. Those comments will slide out of your way. I'm going to do this right side up for me. Okay, and then there's like a little stem right there, but since we're not placing this all the way on the bottom, I'm actually gonna cut that stem off. So it looks like we're just kind of floating in the universe. Okay. Yeah, now we're just floating in the universe again because I'm going to put it right up here in the middle. You can turn it any which way you want to. Have fun, play around. If you once you take it off the paper, it will stick. So be careful. But sometimes I just take this project and kind of like hold it up with the paper backing still on it, move it around, figure out what's going to look best, you know? Okay, I'm going to slap it on. I want it to go off one edge, but not both. And there's not any top coat on that side. Uh-oh. I just saw something pop up, but I don't know what it was. Smithlin, did you try to purchase something? I'm not sure it went through if you did. So you might need to double check like your card on file or whatever. I don't think your purchase went through if you're trying. Monica, congratulations on the ephemera. That was weird how it popped up like that. I've never seen it do that on a bin purchase. And no worries, it happens to all of us. Just check with your bank. Something's going on. Okay. There we go, you guys. This better freaking work. I still gotta top coat these things. Seal them, that is. You know how easy that's sticking? I hate myself sometimes. Okay. It's like it's sticking so easy. I'm barely having to like rub down. It's set approved. Okay, cool. I just want to make sure you got whatever you needed. I wasn't trying to call you out there. As long as you see it on your end, I believe you. Oh, you got that Romance and Fleur? It must have been a weird glitch thing that it like delayed it. My bad. My bad. What's up, the Naked Maple? We're crafting today, girl. Oh, this is sticking so easy with the top coat. We're crafting today. How have you been? I feel like I haven't seen you around. Is my algorithm being a crap head? Look how beautifully it's sticking now. Aww. Or have you been on vacay or something? All right, guys, put on your freaking top coat before you put your transfers on. The algo's always being a crap head. I know it, dang it. Have you been doing your live thrifting and stuff still? I just need to bookmark some shows, apparently. All right, there's one little spot down there where it's lifting a little bit, but we're going to make it work. Oh, it laid down. Look at that. Oh, and that yellow is so pretty against the curry. I have the paint color pin down below that I'm using. Oh, are the Las Vegas bins? I heard the Las Vegas bins were good, but I have a feeling Vegas has more than one location. It's so pretty, right? Naked Maple. I will pin the transfer again here in just a second. I'm going to start pressing this over the edge. I didn't put a top coat on this side, so it better freaking stick. I'm going to start threatening my projects. The color does complement well. That was kind of my plan today. I was hoping you guys weren't going to be like, we don't want yellow. Uh-oh, I might have some issues over here, guys. We're living on the edge, Naked Maple. I was laying a transfer down on milk paint without top coating it. It didn't work the first time, so then I had to show them how to fix it. All right. It's all right. It's going. I never use top coat before a transfer. I don't use milk paint. Do you think that's the difference? So I don't usually use it. Like on this one, there was no top coat on there. That's DIY paint, and the transfer lays down pretty well. Now with the milk paint, it's just too finicky. It's too chippy. We needed that top coat down for sure. But I was showing them you can get away with it. Hi friends, thank you so much for the Right Booty Virgo Arts. Let's start another giveaway. I'm doing crafty ephemera giveaways today. So my normal crafty items, but also I'm chopping up a few little sections of my Prima transfers and adding them into giveaways today too. Let's get a givey going. How was your show? What were you doing today? When's your next one? Tell us all about it. Thank you for your purchases today. 70 crafty items sold. Let's go. All right, running right now. Paper ephemera giveaway with some transfers. What was I saying? I don't remember now either. Chatting about the handmade market. Nice. Is that happening here on Whatnot or something you're doing in person? Oh, God, now it's lifting our paint a little bit right there. It's okay. We got this. We're going to prevail. We're going to prevail. And it's okay if it's a little chippy because I'm going to distress it anyway. But don't live on the wild side if you guys are new. Put your top coat down. That's the lesson today. And what did we learn today, friends? I got it. Whew, we did it. Now there's a little piece right there where my paint started the lift, but it's okay. We're just gonna sandpaper distress that corner. Look how pretty that is on the curry. Oh, so good. Okay, now we need to burnish. So I'm gonna take, whoops, the smooth side of my transfer paper. Thank you for the tip on that one. And drop it. And pick it back up, and we're gonna burnish. As soon as I burnish this, I'll check the chat. You guys are chit-chatting. Okay, so this just means to burnish, just means to rub it down all the way, make sure it's really adhered. This also helps the little micro rim fade and disappear into your paint, your project. It's gonna get a little chippy right there. That's okay. We're just gonna sand it right there. Just gonna sand it. So just know, transferring over milk paint's a little more difficult. Milk paint in general is a little touchier, a little more mind of its own, but definitely worth it. Oh, look how good they look. We got DIY paint over here. We got milk paint over here. Now we used some Bond today. We didn't get too crazy. This was pretty raw wood. Just keep in mind, if you are milk painting over a surface that's shinier, it has more of a top coat, it has more of a stain, your milk paint's gonna get chippier. You can use your heat and really get a good chippy effect, or you can calm it down. It's up to you. So good. And this is so smooth. Like this is a very textured finish. You can feel it. The milk paint's so smooth. The curry's beautiful. Okay, the curry's pinned down below. Let's pin the transfer one more time. I'm gonna check the chat and we're gonna get some wax on these. You love it? Good. You guys know me, I'm like super industrial, like rusty crusty, but I love a floral transfer. I think they're beautiful. They're not cheesy, not tacky. Like I would mix this in with my industrial look. Can you see the other milk paint colors? You can. So if you go into my shop, I'm going to show you a couple of different things here. If you go into my shop right down here, into my buy now section, you could type in the words milk paint, hit enter, and then all of the Sweet Pickins milk paint, like the extra bond, the waxes, and then also all of the colors will pop up. You can start browsing that way. I also have all of the little bags right here behind me. So Home with Holly, if you see one specifically, I'll hold it up for you right now. When I'm done with these two projects, I was gonna kind of hold up a bunch of different colors. So if you see one you want to see like right this second, I'll hold it up for you and then hang tight and I'll do like a little color tour here in a few. Cool. Okay, let me clear my area. You guys get in this giveaway. I'm gonna clear my trash out of the way and we are going to finish sanding this one and seal them and then I can sell them. Are you proud of me? I didn't just yeet my little mess up to the side and say I'm gonna deal with it later, which is what Bree usually does. I will finish that one later. It's fine. You know how many half-finished projects I used to have? Because like I would run out of something or I would decide halfway through that another project was more fun. It used to be like the project graveyard and the bee. Oh, yeah, the bee. I didn't put the bee on there. Duh. Duh. Thank you for reminding me. I was so freaking excited about that. I already forgot. There's a bee right here. Let's put a bee on it. Thank you for reminding me, Donna. All right, here we go. We're just going to stick him right up here. Boop, boop. Transfer stick. If you can't see what I'm doing, I'm sorry. You can swipe the chat out of the way by swiping left. You can zoom in by pinching your screen. And then you can also follow me on YouTube where I have a ton of edited videos where I'm a little more up in the business. I thought about getting one of those fancy, they're like electronic tripod things. Like they go over your workspace and then you hook your phone to them and they like move your phone around with a remote. Wouldn't that be crazy? They're probably very expensive. I'm not that serious of a crafter. I feel like, congratulations. I feel like that's one of those things you kind of like leave it set up to. I wouldn't want to take it up and down all the time. All right, I've rubbed the transfer on. There's our little bee. Oh my gosh, they are so cute. So that is the transfer that's pinned down below. Oh, it is sold out now. I will reorder as soon as the show is over today, though. And I will get, instead of 5 of everything, I will try to get 10 of everything next time. I don't know why I thought 5 was going to be enough. I should have known better. Okay, the bee is burnished. So cute. Now I am going to do just a little light sanding on this. It did get a little chippy right there on the corner. I'm going to use some 180 grit. So a very fine sandpaper. 220 would work too. I'm just going to hit that corner right there to make it look like we meant for that to happen, you know? So we got a little chippiness right there on the corner. That's okay. No worries. I am going to, I think I wanted 220. This is almost too rough. I'm going to very lightly go over my transfer. I don't have any 220, so I'm going to dull this just a little bit. This might sound gross. Plug your ears. Oh, yeah. The worst sound ever. Okay. I just dulled my sandpaper just a little bit. I don't want it to be too rough. I'm just going to go very lightly over my transfer. So here's what it looks like bright, bright, bright. Okay. I'm just going to very lightly distress. Make it look like it's maybe been on there for a little bit, kind of over the edge right there, over the bead just a little. I kind of go back and forth both ways. That way I don't get lines. I get more of like a worn crossed hat pattern. Okay, and that's it. Not too much. But see how I just barely distressed it? Made it look like it's kind of been on there. Made that little chip over here kind of blend in with some distressing over here. So you can salvage your projects. Don't give up. You can do it. Put you back into it. All right, there we go. Oh, my little paint chip was down there. It's beautiful. Which one do you guys like better? You're not going to hurt my feelings. Do you like the DIY light colors with the neutrals, or do you like that pop of yellow with the bold chippiness and craziness? Yellow, yellow, yellow. Ooh, you guys, we're getting wild. No boring white paint around here. No wrong answers. Can't decide. Alicia, you're still here. Just hanging out. Such a good friend. Everybody follow my moderators. If y'all still in here, moderators, drop an emoji up in the chat. How was your cubby show yesterday? Elena had graduation and I was driving back and forth. What else did we do? We had to go to the grocery store. Oh, we had to go to the pharmacy. You're driving. That's okay. Don't answer me then. You can put it in the group chat later. Hope it was good. I popped in a couple times. My service wasn't very good. Okay, I cleaned up my area. Let me get this out of the way, this out of the way. We are going to seal these. Now, especially, we put some bond in here or whatever. That's probably not going anywhere, but we do need to seal our paint, especially the DIY paint. What is that wet? DIY paint is water soluble until it's sealed. So say this got a little dusty and you went and you took a wet rag and you wanted to just kind of clean it off. Well, if that paint's not sealed, you're just going to wipe it right off of there. Okay, so we're going to use some wax, DIY clear wax, and seal this up. And then I'm going to get my Sweet Pickins wax too. And I think there's a question in the chat. Give me just a second. I will check it. Ow. Black, dark, clear. It's my big dark wax. Oh, it's already over here. Okay. Boom, boom. Grab a couple brushes. All right, now with my waxing, you can use like a lint-free cloth. A Viva paper towel works really well. You can use a brush. I don't like to clean wax brushes at all. So I don't usually use my nice brushes for waxing. I usually use chip brushes. And I do have some chip brushes and nice brushes in my bin. The light one, but the yellow is beautiful. Thank you. You're so sweet. Can you come do some of that in my house? I can. No, I don't have time. I wish I did. Maybe after I'm tired of being a reseller, I'll become an interior designer. We'll rebrand it. Okay, let's start with DIY. Actually, DIY wax is my favorite, hands down. I love both Sweet Pickins and DIY waxes. They are very different though. DIY is a little creamier, a little softer, a little easier to apply. The Sweet Pickins isn't hard, it's just a little thicker. But this like actually just like melts into your project. It's not runny, it's not liquidy. It looks slightly yellow here and the can dries completely clear. So I am going to use just a little bit of a paper towel today to apply mine. Sometimes I use a brush, sometimes I use a paper towel. It really doesn't matter. I wish I had another chip brush over here. I don't want to go downstairs. Oh, it has red in it. Oh, it's okay. It's fine. I'm going to use one nice brush to apply this clear wax down inside of here. I'm just going to have to clean it later. I do take my wax out of the container, the big container, and put it in a small one, especially with the clear, because I don't want to get paint up in my wax, you know. You can use a spatula, a scraper. I use the end of my paintbrush. Can you use it on your face? I have put it on my lips before. It's all natural. It's VOC free. All of the DIY products are. I put it around my cuticles before a show before because they were dry. But don't. It's for crafting. It's not for your face. I'm just using one of my nice brushes. You can use a chip brush, a towel, whatever you want. I do try to apply one smooth, even layer. You'll see as I apply this wax, the paint does darken up a little bit. It's clay based, so when it gets wet, it's going to darken up a little. As the wax dries, it will lighten back up again. It'll dry right between these two colors. If you apply your wax and it's drying and you notice maybe some differences in the color, don't panic. Give it 24 hours. That tone will even out. But you do want to try to apply it as evenly as possible. If I'm globbing it up here and I barely get any down here, it's going to look very uneven as it dries. It's going to freak you out. Just apply one thin light layer and that's it. The transfer is sealed. The paint is sealed. We're good to go. If this was going to be a very high traffic area piece and you were worried about that transfer, I could, before I put the wax on, I could have taken a little bit of my clear coat and an artist brush and kind of went over the transfer, right? With a clear coat. I don't usually do that. I'm not going to be scrubbing on this piece. You know what I mean? I might wipe it down with a paper towel or something in the future. I'm not going to be scrubbing on it. It's not going to go anywhere. After this wax is dried and sealed in for 24 hours and this piece sits, you're good to go. If you're really worried about it, maybe you have a booth or you sell it at antique store, you're going to a craft fair outdoors, there's going to be a ton of people picking your stuff up, touching it. You know, there might be kids there, little heathens. You can be as careful as you want to be. You can put on as many extra top coats and sealants and sealers as you want. And you can live on the edge a little bit like me. It's really just up to you. But I've never had anybody message me and be like, my transfer rubbed off of my project. It's nothing. Nothing. I'm using on my walls a sample to see what the color I like and then take the paint to the store to match. This color? I love that. This is a good color. This is Faded Burlap by DIY. It is a great neutral. That's amazing. It's like, you know, I'm not into gray walls. I did that at my last house. That was a mistake. It's just too cold and stark for me. But this is like a tan, but gray. But like the best of both worlds. I would put this on my walls. I already do this side. I did. Whoops. Okay. I think I got that whole thing clear waxed. Now I could be done right here. You don't do gray, yeah. I'm not a big gray fan. I don't wear gray. What? Okay, this is like heather gray. It's dark gray. I don't wear light gray because it washes me out too much. Like this color even would be kind of risky. Looks down literally has gray on. I actually don't wear this a lot though, especially not when I'm live. That's funny. I wear a lot of black and like tan. That compliments me better. I really, your girl has got to get outside. After my whole face situation last year, I couldn't be in the sun. I have like no color to me. None. I am pale as a ghost. And I'm a sun worshiper. I don't care. I don't do tanning beds anymore. I did in my 20s and early 30s. I don't do those anymore, but your girl's gonna lay in the sun. Okay. It's natural. It's natural. I do cover my face with a towel. I don't also use a lot of sunscreen because I just don't. We don't have to debate the sunscreen thing, but I don't like it on my face. I feel like it breaks me out. I don't like it. So I just cover my face with a towel. What was my face situation? It's funny because Facebook memories popped up A year ago, I cleaned out a hoarded garage. I'm a picker, so the opportunity came up for me to clean out a hoarded garage. I got some amazing stuff. This was literally a year ago. I got like amazing stuff from this hoarded garage, right? But I picked up some freak fungal infection in the process that got misdiagnosed, and it turned into a whole thing. I don't know if I can find any pictures. Oops, I'm FaceTiming Kelly. My bad, Kelly. I didn't mean to do that. We never FaceTime. She's gonna be like, what the hell? It turned into this whole thing. So that's what I looked like 9 months ago. It was terrible. But I couldn't be out in the sun. It was crazy. So they thought it was a tick thing at first, because I also had ticks on me that day. And so they gave me a bunch of steroids and a bunch of antibiotics, but the steroids like depressed my immune system, and the antibiotics depressed my immune system, and the steroids actually fed that. So the second I stopped using the steroid cream, it like blew. It was crazy. It was crazy. It was wild. I thought I was gonna die. The things we do for junk. I know. I made a ton of money on that haul. Fortunately, it was like worth it, I guess. But also in the future, I know like I really learned a lot how to advocate for myself during that whole experience in healthcare, which I think is a very beneficial life skill. So I'm just going to take that as a win. Also, if anything else like that comes up in the future or with my friends and family, I can be like, listen, I mean, I know I'm not a doctor, but fungal infections are weird, right? And it wasn't contagious. It didn't spread. I slept on a pillow. Like it didn't spread anywhere else on my body. It was localized. They said they could do like sorry if you're grossed out. They said they could do like a skin test, a skin scraping to figure out exactly what it was. And I was like, no, at this point, no, I don't care. As long as we fix it, I don't need to know. We just need to make it go away. Okay, so I did, but I'm fine now. And then in the beginning of the year, some freak nerve injury happened with my neck. And so the last year of my life has been insane, but we are literally on the mend. Even though it's been insane, it was a really good year. Like business was great, kids did great in school, my dog and animals are still healthy and happy. Like everything's fine, but it was a crazy freaking year. The final fix, it was a fungal infection. I just needed like it is the same cream you would put on a fungal infection on your feet for athlete's foot. Prescription strength fungal cream, boom, gone in like 2 weeks after 3 months of hell. It started like this big. And I thought I had poison ivy at first because that happens. I only have one kiddo. She's almost 15. She'll be 15 in November. She just graduated middle school. 14 and 3/4. Okay. So I know it was insane, but it's fine. I was also traveling during that time. So it was just a lot of everything. It's fine. I had to do shows where the camera was only facing away from me for months. It was wild. Okay, so we have the clear wax on this. We can stop right here. This could be 100% just done, right? But I want to add just a little extra touch. I put the clear wax on first, so it's going to act as a sealant, but also as a barrier for my black wax. If I would have taken this black wax and put it directly onto the paint without the clear wax, that paint is so porous, it would have soaked it up. It would have been too much. It would have looked bad. So this clear wax is going to let me move the black wax around a little bit instead of just soaking right into the paint. I'm going to put it down here just around the edge. I'm going to lay it on kind of thick right down there around the edge. Okay. I'm going to work in small sections. So just right here at the bottom at first. I just have a little artist brush here. You can use whatever kind of little brush you want. Now, I'm not going to leave it just like that. I'm going to take my paper towel. I'm just going to wipe back the excess. I marched right through it. You're right, Marcia. I mean, I have no choice. There's no fallback. I couldn't stop. It was rough though. I mean, I got really sick. It made me fevery, and I lost a ton of weight. It was crazy, but we fought through it. So I'm just gonna wipe back the extra there. So here's not wiped back. There's wiped back. And this is black. That damn bottom of that damn freaking stem. Whatever. I'm just gonna have to take it off. It's fine. Now it's just a floating flower. That's what I get for not using my top coat right there. Doesn't matter. It's fine. It's fine. What was I saying? Oh, I don't think we've used the black wax before. We use the dark wax a lot. It's brown, and then the black is obviously just black, but I think that complements that little black in that butterfly. So that's a lot. It's a little bit even too much for me right there. The black is heavy and thick. So I'm gonna actually go on just like with a little bit of my clear and go over that black where it's a little too dark for me, and then go back over that with my paper towel again. And that's just going to act as an eraser. Look how much of that black wax it took off. So don't panic. If you get a little too much, you can take it back, use that clear like an eraser and move it back a little bit. And then that's also why you want to put the clear down first before your colored wax. Now I'm just going to pull it up, this piece just a little bit right here. I'm going to pull it up and wipe it back. Wax is fun. You can play around with it and really get some fun patina and effects. I'm going to pull up a little bit higher here on the edge and then just kind of wipe back the excess. And it just looks now like this piece has been around a little longer. It maybe sat on grandma's wall a little longer. Maybe the dust collected right there over the years. FFF, love it. You want to explain? Do you want to explain more? What happened to Greenhouse? Doctor tried to say I had acid reflux, turned out to be pancreatic. Oh, that is super serious. How long ago was that? See how it sits in the texture of the paint lines? That's why I love DIY paint and wax. It sits in all my little brush strokes. Marsha, what does FFF mean? I'm just gonna do a little here, do a little here. I'm just kind of pulling it up on the corners, play around with it. There's no reason to just like put a blob of dark wax like right in the middle necessarily, you know what I mean? I like to work around the edges and corners. That looks more naturally aged to me. Just my opinion. You guys can do whatever you want. If you want a blob of dark wax right in the middle of your piece, you do it, boo. You do you. Just applying it randomly. I do work in small sections. It doesn't dry like instantly, but the longer you let it sit there without rubbing it back, the harder it's going to be to rub back. 2020, I had surgery. Good for now. Good to hear that. Good to hear that. I'm glad to hear that. I mean, look how pretty. Okay, so like up here, we don't have any wax. We just have our clear wax, no dark. Down here, we've got some dark. It really just adds in some good age and patina. I don't use black a ton. I usually use dark wax because it's brown. It blends in a little more with my greens and my creams. I do like black when I'm using a French country look. Must have had oh, you guys are talking to each other again. It means my dang cat can type. Your cat put the F's. Oh my gosh, I love that. I love that. I have my phone on the ground sometimes and Maisie steps on it. Her paws do things on the whatnot. Okay. So a lot of times when people say, I'm sorry, can I cancel? My cat did that. I'm like, okay, yeah, right, whatever. But sometimes I'm sure it has actually happened. So now I'm just gonna work like around my edges up here. Kind of play with it, you know? No wax on that side. No black wax on that side, I should say. Black wax on that side. You can get as crazy as you want. You can really layer it up and thicken it up and make it dark and decrepit. I just like a little. Just like a little bit, especially with the black. A little bit goes a long ways. Now, back here on this piece, it's more textured there along the edge, that cut of the wood grain. So it's really, really sticking right there. That's a little too much. That's a little too crazy for me. Let's do just a little clear over that. There's a lot of texture right there, so it might be a little harder to get it to come off, but there we go. It acted like an eraser. That's better. So be careful when you've got your wood grains. It's definitely going to sit in there a lot easier. I'm going to do a little up here in the corner. It also is kind of beneficial sometimes to turn when you're working on a piece to turn it upside down and turn it around and kind of get a different perspective when you're doing different sides, just so you don't get too exact. Like, you know, that bad like Hobby Lobby faux distressing, that's like a pattern. Are you out of the 8-ounce carnival red? It says I have two. I don't, it says I have two. I shouldn't be out then. Is it not letting you buy it, or I'm not out of it? No, there's two in stock. There you go. I pinned it down below for you. I got plenty. I just restocked all my paint products. Now the colors I used on the last craft show, the Hey Sailor, the crinoline, I've got those ordered, that they're not here quite yet. It says sold out. Oh, well then it says I have two right there. It says sold out right there. It says I have two in the bin, but it says sold out down below. I literally have one right here. Like I know I'm not sold out. Click on it. It says you can buy it. Okay, try to click on it. Whatnot, guys, they are trying to update things. I was able to buy it if you click on the listing. That is very strange. Okay, so whoever was asking up there, I'm sorry, I didn't see your name. Click on it and try. Let me know. It still says sold out when you click on it. I did try to FaceTime you on accident. I'm sorry. My bad. It was an accident. My bad. Do you want to talk though? I can bring you on. Okay, hold on one second. Sold Carnival. So, okay. So I have two sold in my sold. So I guess it is sold out now. It is sold out. It wasn't sold out, but two people clicked on it and then sold it out. I already have more on the way though. So by this time next week when I'm crafting next Thursday, not Friday, I promise, I'll have it restocked for you. I'm very sorry. It went crazy last week when I did the red, white, and blue patriotic stuff. My skin looks good, thank you. I do have the marquee. In stock if you're interested. I pinned that down below. So here's Carnival Red and here's Marquee. They're not too different. This is more of like a crayon primary red. This is slightly more barn red. So if you're okay with that, you can grab a Marquee today. Otherwise, Carnival Red will be in stock next week. My skin looks good. I appreciate you. I actually got a pimple right there. But thank you. I appreciate it. I've been trying. I have been drinking more water. I've been taking my vitamins. I have been eating slightly healthier, although I'm addicted to an ice cream cake right now from Baskin Robbins. Okay, this one's all done. I think we're done. A little bit of black wax. You've been a savage. Listen, you went through a lot of stress, right? And weren't really eating enough. And now your body feels safe again and it's refueling itself. Okay, you're going to find your sweet spot. It's okay. You're all right. Marquee is great with black wax. Awesome. I can do that. Thanks, Bree. You're so welcome. I have been working on stocking up more as I purchase them. Back in my YouTube days, your girl could go live on a Saturday morning and maybe sell a quarter of what I've sold here today. Like I was selling paint products, people were buying them, but y'all are crazy. Y'all are just ham. I just can't keep things in stock. So I am working on finding that sweet spot on inventory orders. And I will continue to up those. Especially, so I'm trying to pre-plan my craft shows a little bit too. So like if I know I'm going to use this color next week, I'm going to try to really stock up on the specific color I'm using. Because while you guys do love to branch out and try new things, a lot of times you're wanting to order exactly what I'm using. So your girl's working on it. I'm doing my best. I'm going to run this. I'm going to put some flowers in it for you though. I think we should stick a sprig in it. What colors we got here? Let's do it's too much. Yeah, let's do a section of the rust leaf bush. And I can put my rust leaf bush on flash show for you down below. I'm just going to cut a little section of this off. Oh my gosh, now my hair is knocking things over. Now I'm overstimulated by it. You have provided clear explanation. Thank you. I purchased several items to try. Thank you, Diane. I am so glad that you can follow me along on a live stream and still feel like you get good information because it's hard. It's hard to paint and talk and chat and pin and run and fix mistakes. But also, I do love doing this live because then you guys can see like mistakes happen in real time and it can be fixed. It's not the end of the world. All right, some rust-tipped leaf bush sticking out of this. Now, I'm gonna do this so it doesn't fall down. Have fun getting that paper towel out later. It's clean. It's a new, fresh paper towel. Little packing paper, little paper towel, it's a little great filler. I like this. Now, this does have a hanger on it. You could hang it on the wall as well. I'm going to run it. I'll do it for a $10 start. I did not blow my nose on it. Ew, Alicia. DNA is free. Don't clone me. If you do clone me, send her my way. I could use her. Okay. All right, $10 on an original upcycled dye piece. Why is it being so weird? They've changed so many things. There we go, running right now. And you get the little bit of rust-tipped leaf bush that's inside. It's not glued in, so if that's not your favorite floral or greenery, you could always switch it out. Easy peasy, lemon squeezy, or you could actually put your matches in there too. Teresa's here, thank you so much. Cutting boards, what about the cutting boards? Sue Mercer, thank you, Teresa. Appreciate you. Great grab, option number 1. And I'm gonna let that dry at least overnight before I pack it up. Cool. Okay, this one, we're going to seal the deal on this one. I distressed it a little bit. I distressed the transfer down on this one a little bit too. I don't know if you guys knew you could do that. Take a really, really fine grain sandpaper over it. Do just a little bit of distressing. Now, this is the Sweet Pickins Clear Wax. It is a beeswax, so it is thicker. It is a lot thicker than the DIY wax. It does blend very easily though, and it smells like citrus. It smells so good. If you're doing a furniture piece and you need to freshen up the inside of the drawers, oh my gosh, I love using this on the inside of the drawers because then you open it up and it's just like the fresh smell of paint and wax. So good. This transfer right here, or they're both of them. Both of the ones I used today have sold out already. I will restock them though. Okay. I will restock them for you. If you want to look at any of the other transfers I have available, go right down in here to my shop and just type in the word transfer. I have some other amazing yellow flowers available too. Let me just pin those for you real quick. The other yellow transfers. I'm sorry, I didn't order enough. I just can't believe how fast you guys sell me out of things now. It's a great problem. I'm hashtag blessed. Okay, this one is not sold out. This is pinned down below. This is not the one I'm using though. So let me show you. It's a little brighter. Where have I placed my things? It's a little brighter, okay? So the one I'm using was more of this mustardy yellow. The one I still have down below is more of a bright yellow, but it's absolutely gorgeous. So if you like any kind of yellow, you're not picky, feel free to grab this one until I get the other one restocked. This one doesn't have the bees on it either. This one did. So I'll get this one restocked. No pressure, but I do have those yellow flowers still available because my work's beautiful. Thank you. It's so sweet. I am going to use just a Viva paper towel. I love the Viva cloth paper towels for everyday life, hashtag non-sponsed, but also for waxing. So I'm just going to grab a little bit of that wax on my paper towel. I'm still just getting a little bit. I still want to do a thin, even layer and just going right over my project. One thin, even coat. That's going to seal my paint in. It's going to richen it up. Look at that beautiful light sheen. And the sheen will die down a little bit as it dries too. It doesn't make it super shiny. And I'm just going to go right over my transfer. Now, I will say, if you have a piece that got really chippy with your milk paint, maybe you didn't use the bond, you wanted it to get chippy, I would seal it up with the wax instead of a liquid top coat. If your paint's already really chippy and you reactivate it with a liquid top coat, there is a chance it could chip even more. So if it's already chippy and you don't want any more chippage, use the clear wax. I do have this in a very small sample size too. I'll pin it down below. If you're just wanting to try out the small beeswax, it is pinned down below. $11 for a cute little 2-ounce. A little bit does go a long ways. I know the curry is so good, right? It's beautiful. And I actually love curry in real life too. I also have the clear in a bigger size in an 8-ounce. If you were like, I love it, I want more of it. There's 8 ounces as well. The beeswax will also work well over DIY paint. So maybe you have DIY paint already, you want to try out this wax. The two lines play really well together. In fact, I've even used like DIY paint as a base and then done milk paint over it, you know, and had it chip back to that DIY color. You have to seal the DIY color before you put the milk paint on. So it's like a whole process. But again, on YouTube, I have a ton of videos where I'm painting salvage wood, I'm painting furniture, I'm doing thrift flips, transfers, molds, stencils, the whole shebang. The stencils and decoupage paper I have are only available on my website. I unfortunately can't sell that line here on Whatnot, but I'm working on her. I'm working on her. I'm trying to get her to say yes. Okay, there we go. So that's sealed up now. We could be done there completely, or we can do a little dark wax. I have the dark wax in the Sweet Pickins beeswax as well. Let me grab that. The wax comes in brown, black, white, and clear in both lines. The white wax is beautiful. It almost gives like a whitewashed finish. We didn't use any today, but we'll put the white wax on the apothecary cabinet next week. This is black. I'm going to use dark. Mine are pretty old. I've had my products for a while. They last forever. You can see this one's almost empty, but again, it's that nice, thick, scrumptious beeswax consistency, just like, excuse me, the clear. My Alani is giving me the hiccups. Mine's kind of old. I'm going to warm it up a little bit just here on my hand since it is a little bit older. It makes it more pliable. A little fun tip for you. If you want your wax to rub around more, make a wax palette out of your hand. I do that with the Sweet Pickins. You don't really have to do that with the DIY wax ever. It's so buttery smooth. And I'm gonna do the same thing. I'm just gonna go down here kind of in the creases, the crevices. Crevices is a gross word, sorry. The low points. That's the term I try to use. Let's start another giveaway too. Another giveaway, it's gonna be for crafty ephemera. So my normal advertising, ephemera, postcards, photos, whatever, and then a few little transfer scraps. Hop in that giveaway. I'm going to wipe back the extra. So I applied it pretty thick and then just wipe back the extra. And you can see again, that just gives it a nice little extra patina. Made it look like I didn't just paint this piece today, you know? Because these products are all natural, you can use your fingers too. Sometimes I just start finger painting or finger waxing. I'm going to get it in some of this good texture back here in this open cut side of that back piece. You know what I mean? The raw edge, the rough edge. Hope you guys had fun today. Learned a little difference between DIY paint, milk paint, a little difference between the waxes and how you can ensure your paint won't fall off and your transfers will stick. Drop a number 1 in the chat if you learned something new or had any kind of fun today. How do we feel about that dark wax? You learned something or you had fun? Let me know. A little feedback. If you didn't have any fun and it was terrible, put a number 2. Nobody told me it looked like bird poop this week, so we're winning. Both. You had fun and didn't have fun? I'm just kidding. Just kidding. Number 3. Oh no. It's so inspiring. You're so welcome. You guys, let me right now too. Oh, look at this. See where there's a little bit of crackle in the paint? Look at that dark wax down in there. It just really emphasizes it. So, so good. Drool, right? I love dark wax. And I'm literally just putting this on with my finger right now. If you get too much of this too, if it starts to feel dirty or grungy, take your clear wax, wipe a little bit back. You can play with these waxes until they're, really cured, and that takes at least 24 hours. There, I rubbed a bunch down in that crackle down there too. That's another good way to emphasize your chippiness. Oh, love the brown wax. I have black too, but I always end up reaching for the brown. Me too. Me too. With the color palettes I use, the brown seems to work better. I love the black wax against a white project, like French Country, black and white. Oh, I love a good black wax on that. Or also, if you are using black paint and you want it to be extra rich, use a black wax over it instead of a clear wax. Another fun fact. Will I look tan if I put it on me? No, you're just gonna look dirty. Not a good idea. I highly don't recommend. You're just gonna look filthy. Okay. I like that. I don't think I want to do any more. I don't want to do too much. A little thick right there. Let's find a flower to put in here. I feel like I started a sentence and didn't finish it. Probably a few times. Who knows? Who knows? I just want greenery for this one. I don't want anything else to compete with it. Let me see if I have some up here. Yeah, I'll use a little bit of my boxwood. We're gonna pop it. We're gonna pop it with the boxwood. Oh, and then after this, I will I was gonna show you a couple things. I don't freaking remember, guys. I'll show you some colors, some Sweet Pickens milk paint colors. How long did you paint and sell furniture? 4 or 5 years. 4 or 5 years. If you want to see like some of just a few quick pictures, you can go to my Instagram and there's a little furniture button right there. When you click on that, you can like go through and see some of the different pieces I did over the years. I had a booth, so that's why I sold furniture for so long. I don't have my booth anymore, and shipping furniture is a lot. But I did a lot of this. I know my little truck. I did a lot of this on YouTube. So y'all go follow me over on YouTube, Upcycled by Bree. And then if you go to the videos tab, so Upcycled by Bree on YouTube, okay? If you go to the videos tab, I have all these videos, flipping wood pieces, shopping at the Goodwill bins, styling up my own house. If you go way, way back, you'll start finding furniture videos and booth styling videos. So I promise you, check me out on YouTube. Oh, look at this. Hold on. Look at this paint finish I did. That teal with the rusty. Like there's some good painting technique videos up there. Check it out if you miss me later, especially. How do we know each other? So Kelly and I met on a furniture painting group on Facebook. I joined groups when I first started painting furniture. She had already been doing it for a while. And I saw some of her pictures in a group and I was like, dang girl, like you're good. And I think I started commenting and stalking her. And then we became friends. Yep, that's how we became friends. And then we just stayed Facebook friends. Like we never met. She didn't sell the paint that I sold or anything. So like we just stayed connected on Facebook. And then I don't know. We're just like Facebook friends. You know how that happens sometimes. And then when I came to this platform, I was like, girl, you really need to come over here. You should come try this out. I think you'd be really good over here. And she fought it for what, like a year? Fought it for about a year. Yeah, and then we realized we're just like the same person. And then we met in person. And now the rest is history. Yeah, she fought it for about a year before she's like, okay, I'll try it. Okay, here we go. I'm going to run this. I put a little bit of the boxwood pick in there. I'll throw the boxwood pick on flash sale. If there's anything else in the bin you want me to put on flash sale, I can't do the paint and products, okay, or the transfers today, but I can do greenery, floral, any of the other big spice cabinet, any of that other stuff. I'm happy to put on flash sale for you. Just not the paint products. I'm not allowed. Okay, I did put the English boxwood bush on flash sale down below, and then I'm going to run this piece. The match holder will start it at $10. Anybody is welcome to bid. No pressure if y'all don't want it. We got the little beautiful bee and the flower on here, though. The dark wax is so good. We'll run it 15 seconds, $10 start. There it goes. And then we'll look at a couple of other DIY and Sweet Pickens colors, and then I'll let y'all get out of here. Thank you for the bids. The yellow was popular today. This is Curry by Sweet Pickens Milk Paint. It is a great color. Queen Bee and the DIY paint line might be pretty similar to this, but still not quite as mustardy. Thank you so much, SCH Chris. Yeah, pretty close though. So if you're not quite ready to try out milk paint, but you're digging this color, this is DIY paint in Queen Bee. Little dark wax over that, it would be pretty similar. I don't have any of the matchboxes available. I will look for some while I'm out picking and thrifting this weekend. I can check to see if I would be able to get them wholesale. Let me make myself a note, but I don't know. I can't take promises. That was a great grab. An Upcycled by Brie original. I'm going to write that on my very official shopping list here. Matchboxes. But yeah, I'll keep an eye out, JJ's, because they're cute. You could put a billion different things in here, right? Paintbrushes, pens and pencils. And then if it's still a little too deep, just put some packing paper in to keep things up higher. But do I have the roses close? I would be happy to grab them for you. I'm going to start another giveaway. I'll grab the roses. I think they're downstairs, but I'm happy to grab them. And then we'll look at a couple other paint colors and we'll get out of here for today. We'll have community time too before we go. So don't go anywhere. Get in that giveaway. I'll be right back. Here they are. Oh, you know what would have been pretty in the curry is the shabby daisies. I don't think I have one of those sitting up here either. Should have thought about that. You guys are talking about me? You saying nice things? You see my face? Like what? Ew. I love you, Dale. Right back at you, ditto. Usually they're talking schmack. I can't stay, but I wanted to say hi and tell you I'm proud of you. Thank you, Bougie Moo. I'm gonna open them on Poster X later. My coaster holders. Thank you. I appreciate you. Good to see you for a minute. Here are the roses. So they're like that kind of, they came from the same maker as the Shabby Daisy. So they have that really realistic look to them. I don't know if roses actually come in purple or green, but I liked them. They're there. And you get all 5 of these, all 5 colors. They're good, right? Let me flash sale them for you down below. Multicolor. Flashing down below. It would all match your house. They're pretty. And imagine just one in a single brass vase. Really, really good quality. I was happy with them. I think I'm going to order some more and do not multicolor, order more white, like just white and red ones. I'm not part of you guys' girl gang, but I appreciate you all being so kind. Randy, you're part of the gang. You're welcome to the crafty crew. Oh gosh, I'm sorry. You are now. You are now. No fellow crafter left behind. Randy, I've seen you around, and I've complimented your name before. You were in when I saw that your name had the word pigsty in it, so you've been in. Been in. You got the daisies; they were fabulous, Sandra. I'm so glad you loved them. I need to go get like one of each thing from my inventory and bring it up before Sunday. Y'all, do not miss Sunday show. Antiques, primitives, traditional Brie style, wood, metal, rusty, crusty, salvage, green, red, maroon, because that's sneaking into my life. It's going to be good. Okay, I'm going to hold up some colors. If you guys want me to pin any of these for you so you don't have to dig through my buy now, just say the word pin. I'll pin them for you. Or you can just type the name in the search bar. I'm not going to pin every single one. There's a bunch, but I just wanted to show you some of the other Sweet Pickins colors. We have not used the milk paint as much. We've used a lot of the other DIY colors. The curry is what we use today, but I also have a ton of other colors and I have them all available in sample sizes. The sample sizes are only $8. The florals, so I don't give away all of my sources on the floral and greenery. I love Ragon House. And the only reason I give that one away is because it sells out all the time, anyways, no matter if I tell people or not. That I don't remember the exact maker on that one. I wholesale a bunch. I wholesale a bunch of it. Here is in a pickle. I do love Ragon House. Ragon House is amazing quality. Cole House Designs is another one I like. Saybrook Lanes is another one I like. And those couple that I threw out there usually have a ton of things in stock, so I'm more willing to share because as soon as I get this greenery, you guys, I show it to you, and then it sells out, and then it sells out. I can't keep up. In a pickle is a gorgeous bright green color. Plumberry is new. I just got this added in. It's like a gorgeous pinky purple posy color. So if you like pinks and purples, Plumberry is phenomenal. This would look so good with some of those pink rose transfers I got. And if you want me to pin any of these for you, just say pin. Otherwise, I'm just showing you. Creamy is a gorgeous off-white color. Gorgeous, gorgeous. Just peachy is a beautiful, very, very, very light peach color. Not annoying pink, like just a touch, just a hint of peach. Purple posies, an amazing lilac color. This one would be so good with some lavender. Butter. Butter is an amazing color. I did a couple furniture pieces in this, and it is a light yellow, but it's not like an annoying yellow. It's the perfect like butter yellow. Who's going to take this giveaway? We'll do one more giveaway before we get out of here and have community time. Flower sack is a true white. Oh yeah, they're very like light and cottagey. I have some more bold colors too. But Sweet Pickens colors are pretty subtle. Her style, Sasha, the owner of the paint company, like if you see her house, it's a completely white farmhouse, barely any color in it. So it definitely makes sense. Flower sack is our brightest, most traditional white milk paint. There are a ton of blues. Harbor is a very, very, very light yellow or light, sorry, light blue. Harbor is a very, very, very light blue. It almost reminds me of like haint blue. These are the sample sizes. Yep. And the sample sizes, I would say you could use a sample and cover, where'd my riser go? So a sample size, you could cover like 2 of these risers. They're about as big as my head, front, back, legs, you know what I mean? Maybe like 3 of these little bit smaller projects where you're not covering quite as much surface area. The sample bags are the $8 bags. Next step up is a pint. If you decide you like milk paint, right, and you find a color you really like, I would at least buy the pint. It's going to be a little more cost efficient. But if you're just wanting to try out new colors or you've never used milk paint before, samples are great. And maybe you're just doing like one little personal project for yourself. You don't need a lot. If you're a reseller, you're a crafter, you're a maker, buying the bigger sizes is going to be more cost efficient for our business. Just keep that in mind. A little bit more of an investment, but you know how it goes. Buy it in bulk. Moody Blue. I love this one. It reminds me of Skeleton Key in the DIY line. It is like literally a moody blue. And you guys know I'm not the biggest blue fan. I do have Red Wagon in stock now. If you guys were looking for a red, white, and blue combo for 4th of July, I think I did this combo last year on some spindles with the Red Wagon, the Moody Blue, and the Creamy. I love, love, love this kind of subdued 4th of July combo. The toned down colors are good, right? I love DIY too because they're bold, bright, boom, in your face. Like we used DIY colors last week, which were fun. The Hay Sailor's really bold, but I also love kind of like this looks like it's been out in the sun for 50 years, right? You just bought out of the bin. Yeah, you could just buy them out of the bin. Gray Street, if there's a color you're loving, I can pin them for you. But if you just type the color name in the shop, it'll pop right up for you, all the different sizes. Also, if you want to browse just milk paint, you can go into my shop and type in the word milk paint. So when you pull up my shop, 540 items, that's crazy. But I can just type in right up here at the top, milk paint. And then just the milk paint products will pop up. You can browse the colors that way. Oh, olive, I got you. I will pin olive. Do you want the smallest one? So you can browse the colors that way. I'm just holding them up. If you want me to pin one for you, you don't want to do the work, I'll pin it. I got you. I got you. I've been debating whether I'm going to keep so many items in my bin. I asked the other day while I was live, and y'all said, we don't care, we don't mind, keep it in there, we love it. I just don't want it to be overwhelming. Okay, I pinned the O Olive sample down below for you. O Olive is like my favorite green. It's right here. It's lovely. It is my favorite green. When I had my booth, I painted a whole bunch of old doors, old chippy doors in this O Olive color, like literal old doors, and made them into my booth walls. It was beautiful. You want to try milk paint, but I didn't want the full pint commitment. I get it, Gray Street. I get it. You'll fall in love. Don't worry. I totally get it. Curry is what we use today, this beautiful yellow. And you can see with a little dark wax, it really, really darkened it up, made it even moodier. Even moodier. Patina. Patina is a fun color. It is teal. It is in your face. It is gorgeous and bright. It reminds me a lot of Old 57 in the DIY line. Okay, so all of these colors are available in the bin. And then I have these. There's just a couple of colors over here that I need to restock. I don't have enough really in any of them to make sense, but as my next DIY paint order comes in, I have 6 more colors to put in. And then there's a ton more colors in the line. So I'll just keep expanding. You guys keep buying it, I'll keep expanding. Proper is a gorgeous color. If you liked today's DIY faded burlap, Proper is going to be a really, really close in the milk paint line. It's like a gorgeous gray brown. I love Proper. Have you used your old 57 yet, Miss Ma'am? You're so excited to get your goodies. I'm about to go down as soon as the show's over, pull these orders, and it's shipping out today. Take that, Amazon. Sorry, just kidding. Corabelle. Corabelle is lovely. It is pink. It is beautiful. It's not baby pink. It's a good pink. It's corally. We use this live once on the breadboards. Bluebird is another beautiful light blue. Almost reminds me of like a robin's egg blue. Bluebird. Galvanized is great. If you wanted to use Extra Bond and paint over metal, this would make whatever color metal, but this would make it look like galvanized old tubs. Lantern is going to be your black milk paint. Black milk paint makes such a statement. We'll have to paint something with black milk paint one day and make it really chippy. I love the look. And then Pantry Door is another one of my favorite greens. It reminds me a lot of Apothecary in the DIY paint line, if you guys have used that before. So it's funny because even though these are different owners, different paint companies, all of those ladies are friends. And I really feel like there's like similar colors in both the lines. So maybe you fell in love with this color, but you're not ready to try milk paint. Let me know, and I'll give you the closest one I had possible in the DIY line. Okay, does anybody else want to see any other colors, DIY colors, Sweet Pickins milk paint colors? Have any other questions for me today? Want to see any of the other transfers in person? Now is like your last little time to make requests. Any other flash sales, go ahead and let me know. I'm going to start one more giveaway. This is going to be for Crafty Ephemera. The last one, the red, white, and blue. The last one. What did I have? Pantry Door. Pantry Door, and then the red, white, and blue combo. And would you like me to pin these for you? The basil, yes. Okay, I got you. Did I not show basil? Oh, I might not have a sample of it up here. I've got one over there. Okay, I'll hold off on the giveaway for just a second. Okay. Let me do Gray Street real quick, and then I will do basil. So Pantry Door, I will pin it down below. It's a gorgeous, gorgeous minty green. And I'm just going to pin the samples unless you guys tell me otherwise. There you go. Pantry Door is pinned down below. It looks like I got 4 left in stock. And I am going to place more craft orders today. I'm getting pretty efficient at getting my inventory taken and placing my orders. Okay, and then for the red, white, and blue combo, I have the Moody Blue. I'm going to try to go kind of slow here so you guys have time to click. If you guys ever notice something sells out and you wanted it, shout it out in the chat too. I'll write it down to make sure I get it ordered for you, okay? This is the Moody Blue sample. It is pinned down below. And this is going to be on our kind of subdued red, white, and blue combo. How's the friend shippers doing? They're doing great, Jonna. They're doing great. I'm going to teach her how to pull paint orders today. I'm letting go of control. Are you guys proud of me? But they're doing amazing at shipping. And now I'm about to take pulling orders off my hands. It'll be a little bit of a process. Take a couple weeks to really get into it, but it's going to free up so much time. And I'm going to really try to use that time to get back into content creation. Edited crafting videos, shopping videos, haul videos. Okay. You picked basil last time. It's so pretty. I'm so glad you love it. Here's the red wagon. This is in the red, white, and blue combo. And then I will grab a basil and pin it for you too still. I haven't forgotten. Shockingly. And then here's Creamy. This is the off-white that I put into this combo. And you guys, I do not have to be live. Here's Creamy. I do not have to be live for y'all to shop my paint here on Whatnot. My marketplace is available 24/7 unless I'm on vacation mode, unless I'm gone from the house. I put vacation mode on because I have to ship within 2 days here according to Whatnot standards, and I'm obsessive about it now. Anyways, you can shop the paint and products 24/7 in my shop. I don't have to be live. It will be $9.21 for up to 5 pounds of your paint and products. and then your shipping resets after that. But that's whether I'm live or not. So just keep that in mind. You don't have to wait for me. Okay, let me pin basil down below and then I'll grab it. I've got a bag of it over here in my stock because it is like my favorite green. Basil is pinned down below. Somebody else said they have grabbed it before and they love it. I buy my milk paint in the gallon bags. Speaking of being cost efficient, because I used to paint furniture. So my milk paint has been on this shelf probably for 2, 3 years now. It still works just fine. The stuff I'm selling you guys is not near that old. Don't worry. It's very fresh batches, but I mean, I think the shelf life on this is amazing. Here is the basil color. The little cherry pie flash sale. I got you, Laura. Here's the basil color. It is a gorgeous, like army forest, deep, deep, deep green. Beautiful color. I've used it before, and there's a really good picture of it on the listing too, painted on a piece of furniture. Your cabinet's that color. I know. I love it, Randy. I love it. See, we're friends. You're in there. All right, pendant and flash sailing the mini cherry pies down below. That is for a single cherry pie too. I'm gonna go in and take the number 3 out of my inventory. I do that to push things up to the top to keep me organized, but people were confused. They think they were getting 3 of things. I'm sorry. Sorry that was confusing. I'm gonna finish fixing that today. Like a person is descending the steps with a bag. My Ring camera is freaky now. Okay, y'all. I think I have shown everything, pinned everything. If there's any other requests, shout them out. I'm going to run our last giveaway of the day. This is for crafty ephemera and a few little transfer samples today. So hop in that giveaway. Also, since it's our last giveaway of the show, let's have community time. If you're a seller here on the app, let us know who you are, what you sell, when you're going to be on. Can we bookmark you? Or maybe you're not a seller, but maybe you have a friend who is. You want to shout her out. Feel free, do so below. Careful, good idea. It's fine. Drop your shows down below. Get in this giveaway, and I'm gonna find somebody for us to raid. What you got going on? Everybody, follow my moderators. Farmhouse Friar Lancaster was in here, handcrafted from home, popped in. Follow them. Do it. Just don't follow them home. Okay. You're so welcome, Randy. Welcome to the crafty crew. You're in here. The Rooted Honoring America show. Let's go. There's been so many good patriotic shows today. Thank you guys for hanging out. It's been so much fun. Sorry, I'm sorry I pushed it from last night. Alicia even sent me a message to the group. It's like, quit moving your show. Because I don't usually do that. I really try not to. Oh, let's schedule my show for next week too. Let's see. We'll use this one. Boom. Edit. We'll go next Thursday. We're gonna go morning. Nighttime shows are hard for me. I'm tired by the end of the night. I usually don't have a lot of energy left. We're going to go next Thursday morning, okay? And then I will try to get another evening one here soon. Do another evening one soon when my schedule slows down just a little bit with training and my brain isn't fried by the end of the night, because I know y'all like to pop on in the evenings sometimes too. I'm a seller, but I only be going to buy it now. I will be adding more items this weekend. Teresa, I'm gonna have to check out your buy it now, girl. I know your style. I know what you buy. I gotta get in there. All right, let me see if I can find. I don't think I'm gonna have the right thumbnail. That's fine. I'll just use this one. I'll fix it later. My thumbnail I need is on that phone. Okay. Let me change the title here. Black Heart. I'm just scheduling my craft show for next week so you guys can bookmark it. I don't know exactly what we're doing next week. It'll be painting. It'll be fun. I don't have it planned out for next week yet, though. I'm sorry. Just trust me, it'll be great. Let me change the shipping on this now while I'm thinking about it. Y'all check out the chat. Follow everybody that's dropping their shows. I'm gonna get some of y'all followed too. Fire pays all shipping on that show. Okay, boom, bam. Did I get the right day? Okay, so if you want to make sure you don't miss next week's crafty show, you can go bookmark it now. It is this one right here. It's not my normal craft thumbnail. I'll go change it later, but it's this one right here. Let's create something beautiful. It'll be on 5/28. We'll be right here. You missed the whole thing, Prinky Mouse. It's okay. I still love you. Here's what we did today. This is what we made today. We did milk paint and DIY paint. We did transfers. I messed one thing up. I had to show them how to fix it. It was a whole day. Yeah, just bookmark them all. Thank you, Laura. That's a great point. Now, I have some very exciting news. I secured a lot of over 100. You hear me? I secured a lot of over 100 little leather library books. Over 100 with some very rare titles. So be sure to bookmark that show. That's going to be an extra show on the 1st. I do believe it's a Monday. Christmas carols, Romeo and Juliet, Mother Goose, fairy tales, the ones you guys don't usually see. They're all the green ones. I'm going to start them at $1. Shut your beautiful mouth. No. What are some of the other titles? There's America's Best Poems is in there. That one's been popular. There's titles in here. Ghosts, that's a good one that I don't see very often. Titles I haven't even seen. The Holy Grail's in here. Some of the more traditional, like Bad Ballads and Pippa's Passes, the ones we see a lot. But I was like, bro, I need that. It's gonna be good. How do you bookmark? I'm kind of new. No worries. Thank you for asking. So this is my main profile. I'm under the shows tab right now, and you'll see that little flag up in the corner of my shows. If you just click on that little flag, boop, it bookmarks it. Then you'll get a notification when I go live. But if you are new here, also, please, I'm going to pin a listing down below. The giveaway is about to pull. Don't go anywhere. I still have to find somebody to raid. Just hang out for a second. We'll go raid a friend. I'm going to pin this. Click that and save it. It's going to be the same thing. When you click on that listing, there'll be a little flag. Click the flag because when I go live, I pin this and then you get another notification. That way you get 2 notifications every time I go live if you bookmark and save this. 2 for 1. I usually don't move my shows around a lot. Tuesday and Thursday mornings, Sunday mornings, 9:30 a.m. Central. What I do is add in extra shows. So that's where this one comes in really handy. All right. Be sure to pin that. Thank you guys. My next show is Sunday morning, 9:30 a.m. Central Standard Time. I am going to be over on the other side of my room here. I'm going to style these shelves up with beautiful antiques and primitives and home decor. Okay. So come back on Sunday. It'll be dollar starts on Sunday. Shipping will be capped at $9.21 on Sunday. We'll do amazing giveaways. We'll do mystery bags. Maybe we'll do a couple buyers giveies. So don't miss that. Okay. Don't miss that Sunday morning. All right, let's go find somebody to raid. Thanks for hanging out today. 119 crafty things sold. Let's freaking go. I love you guys. Thank you for making my crafting dreams come true again. I went for about really almost like 2 years without crafting much because I really, really just got into selling. And it's so nice. So nice to be back. Okay, you know what? We're gonna do something a little wild here. Somebody asked me the other day to pop into this lady's show. It's like it'll make her day if you come say hi. So we're about to raid her instead. How about that? How about that? Her name is Pink Shenanigans. Can't go to Sweet Salvage. Come shop my shelves. I don't really know her. She's only got 3 people in the room. So drop black hearts in the chat when you get over there. I don't know if I'm actually going to make her day, but her friend said I would. So we're about to go find out. I will see you guys Sunday morning. Thank you for hanging out. I appreciate you so much. We're going to go see Pink Shenanigans. This is a new friend. New friend. I will see y'all Sunday morning. Thank you. I appreciate each and every one of you. I'm going to go hang out with Elena. Have a good Friday. Love you guys. Thank you so much, lucky little finds. I appreciate you. All right, here we go. Let's go meet her. Okay, bye, guys.